Hello. I hope you all are as much excited as we are, because it's like a lot here. So, welcome everybody to our first episode of our new show, Rise of the Ice Dragons, where we're going to have a winter adventure and, of course, dragons. Probably. So, for this, we gave out a wonderful international crew of adventurers. So, let's see who we have here. I guess we're gonna start in the... with Luke, who is playing Rowan. Who are you, what you're doing, and who is your character?
Hi, I'm Luke. I'm playing a Leonin wizard, blade singing wizard. His name's Rowan. He's a 6'4", broad shoulders that kind of go down to a slimmer waist. Spent a lot of his time out as a pirate on the seas before deciding to settle down and find some work on land. But he's the cook of the group and tries to keep it pretty lighthearted.
So then we're going next with Jenna, who is playing Satria.
Hey, I am Jenna. I am playing Sadria. She is a Fire Ganassi Tempest cleric, and she looks like a very big bundle of every warm piece of cloth that she could get her hands on, with just grumpy little eyes and a fiery ponytail peeking out of the top.
Then there is Afar, who is played by Serial.
Hi everybody, I'm Serial. I'll be playing Athar, who is a monk. They wear a mask all the time, so you can't really see their face, but they have really pale skin, kind of opalescent, really white hair, and are covered in a white coat with a cape, and they are a monk of the Way of Mercy.
Cool. So, next one is Allyria, played by Beli.
Hi, yeah, I'm Beli. I've been playing pen and paper for like 3 years now. And my character, Allyria Carter, is a tiefling. She's a sorceress with a draconic bloodline. And her skin is like pale bluish kinda, and she has like purple hair and golden eyes, and is wearing a long blue warm coat and dark black trousers and boots, and she has been to the university to study magic and is an expert on history and folklore.
And last but not least, we have Hemlock, played by Marcus.
Yes, hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm Marcus, also known online as the Chindividual, and I'll be playing Hemlock, the half-orc bard of the party, who is in it for the adventures, the stories, the action, and secretly also the very good cooking of some of the characters. So let's see what this story has entailed for us.
And I will run you through this adventure. It's a pre-written adventure made by Midnight Tower. And my name is Caroline, and I'm here to torture the group.
But in an amusing way.
Wonderful.
The right kind of torture.
Yeah. Fun being tortured.
The pleasure kind of torture.
The consented one.
Exactly. Like a thin, fine line between pleasure and pain. It's It's great.
Yeah, it's a very fun line. And while we are doing this, I hope the chat will enjoy this and will write a lot of what they are thinking about everything and making the wild guesses and yeah. So the music that we are playing today is coming from Arcane Anthems, Andy Ray, and Adrian von Ziegler. Somehow it's all starting with an A. Suspicious.
Well, you could say it's actual AAA music we have tonight.
It's AAA music.
Here we go. Here we go. The pawns are in. Do it.
We're not even 5 minutes into the game.
What game? We haven't started yet.
It's on the appropriate start.
True. Well,
I'm not sorry.
I also want to apologize since some of us are not native English speakers. There might be some spelling mistakes and forgotten words and everything like this. So we're doing our best here. So, well, I guess since we have prepared something, I guess we are starting with the intro.
Yeah.
Well, since it was asked in the chat, the art is made by our wonderful Saria.
Yep.
Yeah.
Praise them and write comments on their Twitter and everywhere on social media.
Thank you. I just wanted to say, Maliv, I know what you're doing. You started writing about it.
Okay.
But thank you.
Let's start. You have been together for a while as a group by now. Since you met your temporary companion called Bjorn Amberclan, a dwarf who actually requested you to do some to help him, basically. You've met with him in Winterhold, and from there you agreed on helping him, and you traveled the wool way from there to North Windgate, where you have been staying for a while by now. You are in a very comfortable inn, which gives you all the luxuries that you need. Bjorn, on the other side, made his way into the 7K's library, which is the biggest library in the region, and the one where basically everything is that gives you any kind of hint. With him, he has a mysterious orb that he wanted to investigate. And since this time he left you for the library, you haven't seen him. A bit to North Windgate. The town is located a couple of weeks northeast of Winterhold in a region that sees rough winds and long dark winters. The town has a population of around 4,000 people, so it's rather large. And it's renowned for the 7K library. But there are also 3 academic schools. One of this is the Academy of Alchemy, the Department of Higher Education, and the School of Wizardry. There's also a very famous landmark, which is called the River Snake Stream, which is also going a little bit through the town. Because of this river, the town is rather famous. There's a hot spring that it's originating from, and the water's always temperated so that you can swim in it in any time. There are also rumors that are saying this keeps your skin very young. So that's why also a lot of people are just traveling there for spa days. But amongst these tourists and travelers, you will find a lot of scientists, merchants, and other people in this town. You're staying at the Wanderer's Wand, which is rather in the center of the town. And you've met the innkeeper, which is called Vadena Ljung, a very nice half-elven woman who is married to another half-elven woman with black hair and who is basically a ranger just helping out sometimes in the inn. She herself is a bit smaller with shoulder-length red hair, and at any time you see her, she's always smiling. So, since Bjorn left you for his research, what have you done in the last days?
No, Rowan would probably go around to the various food stops, because since we've been traveling 2 weeks since the last time we had got resupplied, we were probably pretty low on our rations at this point. So I'm just gonna go and restock on all the food and rations and the food for our 20 dogs. So I'm gonna do a lot of that. He would also be spending way too much time in those temperate pools and rivers, just soaking in as much warmth as he possibly can.
Yeah, Allyria would do that also, spa all day long. Getting younger, sure.
Yeah. Same for Sadria. Anything with heat. I think
we all might.
Yeah, I think Sadria and Asthar have been continuing to try and teach Hemlock some morning yoga.
And it was probably in the past days quite the joy to see Hemlock trying to imitate Athad and Sadria in the movements, but in combination with the warm waters of Northwind, I think Hemlock might be feeling very well backwise for now.
Woohoo!
We did it, Sadria. Success. This is what we needed to do all along. Yeah, I thought I would definitely be interested in accompanying the group to the streams, because since they're known for their healing, rejuvenating properties, as a medicine monk, they would like to see how much truth is in that, and if something like that can be used in other parts.
Yeah. Hemlock would, once his back is okay again and he feels like he's 10 years younger, also try to, at the local tavern, try to just get to know a few people and gather some information about the place. Just get a feel for what the people in Northwind are like, what kind of travelers come through here, chat up the innkeeper from time to time, just making connections where possible.
Mm-hmm. So what you gather while talking with the people that are living here, you get to know that most of the population are actually scholars and wizards that are just coming there for research or to visit the different kind of academic schools. So a lot of students are there as well. It's basically a student town. Some merchants are mingling along because they know what they are selling, the people will need it. So, and since this place is basically a door to Whiteport, the city that's behind the mountains. It's very, very central for to import really interesting things, items, different kinds of foods, new wares that no one has seen before. So it's a very active and lively city. So if you're looking for something special, you might find it there.
What were the 3 schools again?
The Academy of Alchemy, the Department of Higher Education, and the School of Wizardry.
Gotcha. Okay, since this is such a big magic town and like wizard town, Rowan would definitely be interested to seeing if there's any like spell scrolls or fancy paper to write spells on and ink. Anything that could possibly help them either survive in this area more, or something that could give him a bit more oomph and kick to his spells, something like that.
So you will without doubt get all the paper that you need for copying spells, for writing in your spell book, and the ink that you need. So you can just look this up in the PHP. I think it was 50 gold or something, or
Something like that. It's pricey.
Yeah. You will also get, if you need any kind of material components, you will get this as well. So this is not a problem. The shops are very good, stuffed with all the things that you need. For spell scrolls, you might get a hand on 1 or 2 of them if you're giving me a D100 roll. The first roll of the stream.
Oh.
And it's
Got
a
one of
D100.
those.
Nice.
Whoa.
I was just gonna wait 5 minutes for this to roll. That is a 71.
A 71. Wow. So you will be able to find at least 1 level 1 spell scroll.
Okay. Okay.
So in a shop there are, you see 3 level 1 spell scrolls laying around. And one of them is with the alarm spell, the second is Arms of Hadar, and the third is Burning Hands.
Ooh.
Each of them is 120 gold.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna buy Burning Hands.
Okay.
Do that. So, count out 120 gold pieces, slide it over to the shopkeep. Thank you, sir.
you
This should
see-
come in handy.
You see there a rather old halfling standing there taking the money. Well, thank you. Have a good night.
I'll do my best. This should help. And I stick the spell scroll in my little satchel, and head back to the rest of the crew.
Okay.
For how many days is Bjorn already doing his research?
For around 4 days by now.
Okay, and would we think that's normal? That he would still be okay? Is that something that Allyria maybe would know, that it takes long to do?
I would pay him a visit, definitely. I mean, yeah.
And we
It's a
help
large
somehow.
library, it's a lot of books.
Yeah, maybe he
He
got
probably fell asleep while reading.
Yeah, or he got buried under an avalanche of books or something.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Also a possibility. Yeah.
They found his corpse 3 months later.
He died
Well,
as
we-
he lived.
We get to get the orb then, I mean. So.
Yeah. When you visit him after a few days, you will get to know that he is still looking. He is so deep into the books. And Allyria, since you know this fellow, you also know that sometimes he gets a little bit over his head and he can't get out of any library that he visits.
Alright.
So you think it might give him 1 or 2 more days until he's gone.
Okay.
And in fact, it's at the day where you're already set together to eat some dinner that Björn suddenly shows up in the inn and basically runs towards you. So you're sitting together, talking amongst each other, and got the newest news of the area, which isn't actually that new since not much is happening there. But suddenly it gets a little bit different. Since you see the door bursting open and your friend is standing there, half covered in snow, probably. It looks as if he had fallen down while running to the inn. But he has a book in his hand and he looks out of breath, totally red in his face, but kind of excited as he rushes towards you. You can see that the book in his arms is a thick leather-bound tome, and some of the pages are already yellow. You can see this as he comes closer. And he interrupts you completely in the middle of your dinner. And says out in excitement, "I have found what I'm looking for!"
Oh, hey, yeah, nice to see you. You're alive after all. What did you find?
I can't tell you this here.
Okay. We can go to upstairs to one of our rooms, I suppose.
He looks around and you all can see that a few people are looking. Since he seems a bit overexcited.
I stand up and kind of like make a grand gesture over to Bjorn and put my arm around his shoulder and goes, "Well, friend, I've never seen you quite so animated. How about we, let you go and sober up upstairs? Don't want to put any folk off their food now, will you? Come on." I kind of try to like lead him and like wave to the rest of the group to follow upstairs to, I guess, my room.
Yeah, if there's any people that still pay too much attention to us, Hemlock will turn around in his seat, like still his mug in his hand, and look at them and say like, "Oh, nothing to look at here. Just a bit of a very happy fellow. Now, why don't I tell you about that time that I fought a purple worm?" And he's just gonna walk over to them and try to tell them some kind of nonsense story to distract them, so that Bjorn and whoever else can get upstairs without drawing too much further attention.
Allyria takes a drink with her. Very important.
I will just like lean into Sadria, who I assume is eating something warm, and just says, how do you get drunk in a library? I don't get it.
I'll explain when we get upstairs, okay? Let's just get this dude out of here.
Okay. And I thought I will just lift their mask a little bit and finish like the soup that they were eating, and just get everything ready as quickly as they can.
Sometimes the Thar talks and I'm like, "Oh, honey."
We're just getting started.
Well, Rowan will lead him to the room. The rest is following at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Once we're in, I'll be like, I know you're not all too familiar with doing jobs of high risk and high reward, but typically you don't want to come barging into a full tavern saying, "I've figured it out." It's usually draws some unwanted attention. Just so you're aware. That being said, what'd you find?
Well, first, I notice. And I notice that they all were looking quite strangely at me. Anyway, let's wait until the rest of the group is here, I guess.
Oh, I guess that'd be helpful. I cast prestidigitation to get all the snow off of him and get him, like, a bit more settled.
Thank you kindly.
will follow upstairs, and Sandria shuts the door behind them and says, "Yeah, our Leonin's putting on a show. He'll be here whenever he's done talking about himself, I guess."
They're putting on a show. I'm quite talented,
No,
aren't they?
Hemlock is.
Oh, I'm missing one of his stories.
It's the one about the purple worm thing.
He always defaults to that one, doesn't he?
I think it has the right amount of action.
He told the story like 3 times during our travel. And every time it was different. I don't even know if it's real or not.
Well, he's
Every
a poet.
story. True. I'm pretty sure every tale has at least a little bit of truth in it.
As you say that, Rowan, you can hear coming upstairs, you can hear Hemlock shouting like, 50 feet, I swear, 50 feet long! And I'll tell you the rest later, just keep my foot warm. And he comes up the stairs and joins the rest of the group in the room. Oh, love the crowd here. They're...
25.
Wait.
Last time was 25.
Well, I thought it was 30.
Yep. Oh,
The
No,
time
the
before this
first
was
time-
20.
well, it kind of
The
depends on...
first time this was a giant snake, not a purple worm.
Yeah, well, you see, you need the cultural context for this, and also it depends on in which angle you looked at the worm, and...
And probably is depending on the group you're telling it to. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the
Get it.
audience matters. You need to adapt to your audience, and these here, I mean, these are university frat boys and sorority girls. You gotta exaggerate a little bit. Let's,
Yeah, right.
Among this
Gotta
discussion,
impress.
Athar will go like sneakily towards Bjorn and like check out, since he fell, like does he have any actual wounds? Like does his scrape, like did his pants rip and like I don't know.
Well,
He
it's
hurt?
It seems like he hasn't any wounds or something, so his nose is a little bit scratched, but other than that,
Okay, then he'll be okay. Athar just pulls like from a little satchel that they have, small amount of ointment and just like kind of gestures towards Bjorn's face, just like this might help with your nose.
well, yeah, okay, I guess.
So anyway, I assume whatever it is you found is about to try and take me away from Hot Springs.
Well, yeah. And he takes this book and places it, or basically slams it on the table and opens it up before he adjusts his spectacles. And then he runs one of his fingers along the runes on one page. It's in very, very old Dwarvish. It's really hard to read if anyone of you knows Dwarvish. So, and he will tell you, well, according to this book, there is more than one orb stone. And I've told you there must be one more. And they were used many years ago to seal off portals to different planes of existence. The orb that I have in my possession is called the Pledge and was used to close the portal to the plane of shadows.
Shadows.
But this book mentions other orbs as well, so there is another one that's called the Promise that was used to close the portal to the Feywild, and the third one is the Pact that is used to close the portal to the Abyss. And if someone has access to the 3 orbs, they can open permanent portals to any other plane of existence. You know what this will be? A spell disaster. And we need to find the other orbs so that no one can use them.
Alright, so yours opens up, it sealed the plane of shadow, and the ones we're trying to find will do the Feywild and the Abyss. Do you know? This is all much grander than I was expecting, to be honest.
Well, I had some feeling that there must be something behind them, but this big, that's also a surprise for me.
Look, I'm just a farmer's son and a traveling bard, so maybe I just lack the frame of reference for these things. But you say that each orb opens a way to one of these planes. All of them sound very grand and dramatic. But what would happen exactly when one would have these 3 orbs?
Well, they could open any portal to any plane and for permanent time. So everything could go in, everything could go out. They could direct something out there.
So that sounds not very good. Okay, gotcha.
Well, that sounds quite bad. There's lots of nasty things in this world, and probably even more outside of it.
Have you found out where that other orb is? Or any of the other 2?
Well, I heard some rumors about the second orb that should be beneath the winter maze in the north.
The maze.
Winter maze.
Winter maze.
I think they are referring to the frozen labyrinth. It's a couple of days of travel away from here.
The frozen
I don't know
labyrinth.
which is more intimidating, frozen maze or winter labyrinth.
Or the winter maze and the frozen labyrinth.
Cool names, though, I'm gotta say.
Yeah, none of that sounds particularly inviting. So, we're getting you all 3 of these orbs, and what are you gonna do with them?
Ooh, excellent
well,
question.
keeping them safe. I have no intent on doing anything with them.
Common in adventures, but not so logical to do.
What's
How
that again?
exactly
I thought?
would you keep them safe?
It's in adventures to have someone retrieve things to keep them safe, but at the same time, I don't think it's the most logical option, because you are putting all of them together, so whoever finds them already has them together.
Good
You
point.
know.
If this is in a frozen maze right now, and now we're just going to give it to, no offense to you, Bjorn, you're obviously the epitome of terror and might. But taking one from a frozen maze and labyrinth that no one's been to in a while and give them to you seems like a decrease in security,
Right.
if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
know-
but I told you that there are already some people behind these orbs.
Talking about that,
True.
Bjorn.
So
You've been a few days in the library. Did you talk to anyone else about your research? Or did you...
No, of course not.
Alright, good. So we don't have to worry about any other dangerous librarians hunting us now for orbs.
Sadria is going to light her hands on fire, and she's gonna stare straight at Bjorn and go, well, how would you stop me if I wanted to take them from you?
And he moves slightly behind Allyria.
And I look at Bjorn and I look at Sadria. I mean, it's just like hypothetically, of course. I mean, she doesn't mean to just, steal the orb or whatever. But I'm sure Bjorn has some kind of idea how to keep them safe. And I said it once, and I'm gonna say it again. I would like to try and destroy them but I mean, it's just really a plan B, a plan C maybe, if anything else fails.
I mean, if there are any means to destroy them, then I might find them.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I hope it's gonna be an explodey way or something.
I mean,
Yeah,
we do
that
have 3
definitely
magic
sounds
users.
preferable.
Hopefully not.
Let me tell you, I'm not interested in babysitting you so that you can keep these safe.
Which
I
leads
have
us
other
to
things to do.
which leads us to the question that if we go to this frozen maze, winter labyrinth, are we taking you with us, Bjorn?
Actually, that's another thing I wanted to discuss with you. So
He hates
I
going
actually-
out.
Oh, right. Oh, He looked
Well.
really miserable on the whole way here, even while cuddling
Yeah.
with Admiral Fluff. Wait, that's correct name, right? Sadria?
Admiral Puffers.
Oh, apologies.
It's
okay,
okay, I
there's only
got you
20
and
of
Rowan
them.
mixed up already, so.
It's true, you were pretty miserable on the way here. So you're gonna stash yourself somewhere, or?
Well, there was a thing that I wanted to ask you. Well, since you already mentioned that I didn't like to go here, but I didn't need to go here, and you know this. I wanted you to go to the labyrinth and find the orb while I'm going to the other researchers in the library. And I mean, you're paid for this. You're getting 100 gold each for this to get over orb.
So, where are you going to be while we go in this adventure?
Back to the library, of course.
With
Oh, so
the
you're staying
orb?
here with the hot springs.
Actually, I wanted to ask you if you wanna take the orb with you to keep it safe. Since I haven't found a mean to
Yeah.
keep it safe
Wait.
yet.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
but if we're gonna take the orb with us, and we're gonna go to a place with another orb, we're gonna have 2 orbs. Which
But then
That's
you're
correct.
also 5 people, so which is already 4 more than me. And you're experienced adventurers.
yes, that is correct, but we'll just imagine. I mean, I'm not saying that it will happen, but just imagine by pure accident, we accidentally tell someone, hey, we're on a quest to gather the legendary orb stones, and people come follow us. If we already have 2 orbs, we're practically helping them.
Well, they won't
True.
know that we have the other one.
Have you told anyone that you're...
No, I mean, this is purely hypothetical. I mean, in any kind of chance that one might, I don't know, accidentally tell someone. I mean, the day's long. You can talk a lot within a day, and sometimes you say things you didn't want to say.
Yeah, and then sometimes you just enlarge the size of some worm or whatever. I mean, Hemlock, please.
Oh, just-
Don't use it for your stories.
As this conversation is happening, is Rowan getting the vibe that Hemlock has already done this?
I don't
Maybe.
know.
I was wondering the same thing.
So, I mean,
I'll roll an insight check if you want me to.
You want to roll an insight check for that?
I'll roll an insight check.
I mean, it would
I
be
would also like to roll an insight check if that is okay.
it would be a very low DC because
well, that's a natural 20.
well, okay,
so-
yeah, no,
Mine
Jenna-
was a 2,
okay.
so I got a 9.
Yeah, I mean, Hemlock is an open book. If he would have said something, he would have not joked about it. He's just thinking in possibilities and
Okay, cool.
trying to play it off like, hey, just think this happens. But he seems to be actually more worried than he lets on.
Okay, cool.
Just to clarify, I do think that we're in more danger carrying this orb with us, but that's what we've been doing. However, it would make no sense to leave the orb with Bjorn when we are not here. I feel like we're more capable of protecting it if by sheer numbers. I am still not completely on board with the plan of gathering all of them,
But
I don't know
Uh,
how, like, I don't know if we can find a place where we can deliver them, where they can be safe.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the
problem.
thing. What I'm trying to do, find a way to keep them safe or destroy them or whatever. At least not that anyone who shouldn't get this have them.
just asking.
Sadri is gonna
Go first, Sadria.
turn to Asthar. Well, I don't think we're trying to get, like, all of them. Just beat other people to the ones that are already known about. But also, like you said, it's not any more dangerous than what we've already been doing. Not that I don't trust our friend to, leave it in the library next to an empty teapot or something, but it would probably make our lives easier if we only have to collect it once and not get it back from someone else too.
Yeah, true.
Definitely.
As a bard and kind of a fan of stories, does the Winter Maze or Frozen Labyrinth ring any bells for Hemlock?
Give me a history check.
I will most certainly do that.
Are you from the region?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
You
a
can
bit
do
further,
this-
a bit further south, but still.
You can do this with advantage.
with advantage. Oh, that's nice. Let me get a second.
Fancy.
Nice.
History. That is a total of 20, a dirty 20.
Nice. So you have most of the knowledge about this thing. You heard about it. You know that this place is most of the times considered to be avoided, since there are rumors that a few people have entered this, but less of them have returned. There's also a story about it that once a minotaur called Asok the Destroyer,
Asok,
the Destroyer, has created this labyrinth. He was a very fearful creature and a compulsive hoarder. So, and you know a little bit about this person, and that he found a place to hide his treasures, which is amongst the labyrinth, and that he actually used this labyrinth to keep his hoard safe from anyone. So first the labyrinth was really small, but since there was some kind of magic in it, it grew and expanded.
Okay.
So it's unknown if it's still expanding or not.
So thinking up on this, I look at the group and say, I mean, let's keep in mind we're not just going to a place and pick up an orb there. From what I heard, it's actually home of a pretty nasty minotaur, Asok the Destroyer. And I think everyone who calls themselves the Destroyer is not the kind of person who will prepare tea and supper for us.
Probably not. But maybe if
Sadria
you ask
starts-
very, very friendly, maybe he would just give us the orb.
Sadria starts contemplating going by Sadria the Destroyer.
So this guy's name was Asok? Like Asok? Or like Azok? Was it?
Asok
Asok. Alright.
with double S.
Asok the Destroyer.
We're gonna need a list for all the names. I need to see these, like, written down.
All right, homework for the journey to the maze. Everyone comes up with their own title. So when we introduce ourselves to Asok, we can have our own impressive titles.
Bjorn will butt in. So, well, you forgot something there. There's a few years ago that a knight called Trentwin Maton of the Paladin of Tyr went into the maze to slay Asok. Well, they entered, but they haven't been seen again since this time. There are still rumors that the famous sword of Trentwin is still in there.
You all see Rowan's hand just kind of slowly go down to the hilt of his sword and start like fiddling with the handle. He goes, sword, huh?
So, what you're saying, Bjorn, is that this place has not just a legendary orb stone, not just a creature with a really cool title, but also a legendary sword we can find there.
Well, most of them are stories, so I don't know, but probably.
Look, as an expert on stories, I know most stories are true. I tell them, so they are true. So I don't know what we're still waiting for here.
Guys, Hemlock
If it's
has that look in
anything
his eye
like your
again.
stories.
Are you not satisfied with the tales I tell, Cedria?
I think they're lovely tales, but if these tales are like your tales, we're gonna get there and find a legendary toothpick.
But it would still be legendary.
I think it's pretty moot to argue at this point now. You know, we all know that whenever Hemlock gets that legend look in his eye, that we're going whether we like it or not, really.
I am quite
Bjorn-
interested in seeing further north and seeing what this is all about, but it seems to me like the orb is currently pretty well guarded. Why are we taking it?
But we need to make sure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, you know?
True, and with someone named the Destroyer, they are more likely to destroy things and having port keys to multiple planes, especially if he has the one to the Abyss. That place, from what I know, is pretty nasty and has some wee beasties in it, so might be best to get that away from him before he gets bored in his giant labyrinth.
Yeah, just imagine he finds whatever turns these orbs on. That will be problematic.
True. And I turn to Bjorn. He's like, "Do you know how to turn the orbs on?"
No.
Well, I think that's actually.
Can I
good.
insight check that?
Yeah, you can insight check him.
I will join on that insight check.
Okay.
Because Athar is worried.
Why are you so distrusting of Bjorn? He's
14.
If you guys haven't told any lies.
15. Yeah.
I don't know. Why would I ever be so distrusting of someone who says they're not going to use objects of incredible power, but would just like to collect all of them just in case?
I want all the Chaos
Well-
Emeralds, but I swear I'm not going to use them for evil.
It just matched my eyes, that's all.
As you look him in his face to see if he is telling any lies, it seems like he is totally telling the truth. His face isn't shifting any bit. He looks a bit surprised that you're even asking this towards him. So it's like, okay, are they trusting me or not? What's going on here?
So I can
Totally
totally.
reminded me. How am I always talking at the same time as someone else? This is like super
It's fine, no worries. Go on.
Welcome to Zoom!
Remind me how you know that someone else is already after the one in the labyrinth.
Well, I've heard some rumors about this. I'm staying most of the times inside. Yeah, I know this, but I like to stay in taverns as well, and I hear rumors like a lot.
Also, I'm just saying, I vouch for my friend Bjorn. I mean, look at him. He's totally not dangerous. I mean, what is he gonna do with them? My only fear is that, but if we like maybe find the 3 orbs and put them together in a room that they then activate. I mean, how likely is that? Totally unlikely, right? Well, I hope not. That's gonna what happens. But I mean, we're gonna find the next one. We're gonna make sure it's being kept safe, and you know, heroic
Yeah.
things and stuff. And we're getting paid for that, so that's nice.
True.
Allyria, he will take out the orb and give it to you.
Woohoo! Shiny
It's
orb.
safe,
Thank
my
you.
dear.
Yes.
I have trust in you and parts of your group.
I can assure you, they're fine. Just very curious, and you have to understand they need to ask questions because this is a dangerous endeavor.
Yeah, it's no offense to you, Bjorn. Allyria has the benefit of knowing you for a bit longer than the rest of us. We've only traveled with you for a few weeks, and most of that time you were pretty quiet or grumbly, complaining about the weather, so we don't know you all that well. But if Allyria's got trust in you, that's good enough for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're convinced that you have a very soft and warm and nice inside. That's what we're thinking. As in a gentle and nice inside. I will stop talking now.
All right.
Yeah, and while this is happening, we're kind of like agreeing to do this. I thought I would like to check the door, see if anyone is listening. Do they hear anyone there? Do they open the door slightly? Just anything, you know?
Okay, give me a stealth check.
A stealth?
Yeah, you're going to the door to look if anyone is there.
Natural 20 for a
Natural
total
20.
of 27.
So okay, you're quietly going to the door and open it slightly to see if there's anyone there. And you look outside. It appears that there's no one there who could listen in. Or you don't know. You don't see anyone.
Just wanted to make sure nobody was literally putting their ear to the
You
door.
don't see anyone.
I can't check the other walls, but I could listen. I don't know. Mostly wanted to make sure in whatever manner I can.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Then I thought we'll pull up their sketchbook and open it on a page and quickly scribble with their pencil. List of places where we can hide the orbs. And they underline it.
All right.
And the list is empty for now?
And the list is empty for now. That's gonna be it.
Well, if we're looking for places to keep these orbs safe, if we take care of Asok, that leaves a giant empty labyrinth that we could use that no one's been able to get out of quite yet. So we could either kill Asok, attempt to kill Asok, hide the 2 orbs we have in there and maybe put up some sort of protective spell. Maybe Bjorn here, while he's researching here, can try to look up some protection magic or magic that can secure it in some way.
Regarding actually carrying this orb that we have with us, I have a magical bag. I'm not sure it's safe to put a magical orb into a magical bag, but in case Allyria gets tired from lugging it around, it's an option.
Oh yeah, I probably will be, definitely, yeah. I mean, think of my bag and everything, like, oh, having the orb in my backpack.
Do we see Allyria actually standing there, just thinking about having this beautiful magical orb in her own bag? Or
I mean, I just told you. I mean, yeah, it would be fine if you can take it, Hemlock, into your, bag of holding.
I just want to make sure. I mean, I heard stories about if you put the wrong things into these kind of bags, then
we will
happen.
find out now, won't we? What will happen?
True. I mean, it'd be a great tale for you.
Mm-hmm.
Athar just turns to Rowan and just goes like, as a wizard, do you know if something is this dangerous? Should we be doing this?
Good question. And I think really hard about it. Do I know anything about this orb or way or like magics that can contain or destroy orbs? I know I'm not the most well-versed wizard, as I've learned it on a ship. But actually, I turn thinking that, going, may not be the best person to ask here. Allyria, Hemlock, you both are much more professionally trained in magic than I am. Do either of you know anything more about these orbs or tales or stories or any sort of magic that could help us in this endeavor?
Yeah, can we make an Arcana check on that one? If we can put the orb in the
If you want to throw your knowledge together, you can make both one Arcana check, or if one of you wants to help the other, it's one. It's roll with advantage.
Yeah,
so
then
you
I'm gonna
decide.
help Allyria on the Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna exchange ideas, and hopefully Allyria will have a brilliant one.
I've got a 17.
A 17. Okay. Well, you have heard of magical orbs, not that kinds that Bjorn just brought to you, but others. So it's actually not that problematic to store them in a bag of holding or any kind of this, since you can store most of the items in there. It's a demi-plane.
And- Sorry, no, sorry, go on. My question is for later.
Okay. You know that orbs are used to store a lot of magical powers. So most of the times the size is not that important. It's important how much magic is stored inside there. And since they can open portals to planes, it must be a lot.
All right. But it's like safe to place it in the bag. Okay.
A plane within a plane would be funny.
All right. So I'm walking to Hemlock, and I will give you the orb and say, okay, well, keep it safe then.
Well, yeah, but before we just try to shove it in the bag, is the orb more like, are we thinking bowling ball? Are we thinking pokeball? Are we thinking football?
Well, I actually
American
don't
football?
have a ball that I can show you. It's like this size,
Okay, yeah.
like a crystal ball for looking
cool.
in for a future.
Okay, right.
Or like a Christmas ornament, kind of like the
Yeah,
snowballs.
Nice.
Okay.
yeah, like this kind of thing.
All
Is it like
Can
cat
fit in
orb
one
sized?
hand.
Like is it like, you know?
I
like-
would say, yeah.
Yeah, that's
size
the,
is okay.
Perfect.
That's exactly what it looks like too.
Can.
that's the fourth orb stone from pledge, promise, pact. That one is per. So no, I take the orb of Allyria and put it in my bag of holding, and it just goes like whoop in there.
And it vanishes.
What if we open the shadow plane in the bag of holding?
I don't know if it will work like that. I think once he goes into the bag, it's like you can't really activate anything. You have to take it out of the bag first.
Well, I heard of a story once of a very brave gnome who actually climbed into a bag of holding and was never seen again, but that's just a myth.
That checks out.
Ooh.
Because
So
it was
remind
so
me not to go
nice in
crawling in your
there,
bag,
I
then.
guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's because there isn't any air in there. I've got an idea. What if we said that we left these things in the labyrinth and then didn't leave them in the labyrinth?
Oh.
So that if
Deception.
anybody comes looking for them, they're going to the labyrinth and then they might get lost or whatever. And that's a them problem.
Are you asking us to lie?
No, I'm asking you to tell a story where a snake turns into a 50-foot purple worm.
Oh, she's got you there, Hemlock.
Right.
That's low. That's
And Hemlock just crosses his arms in front of his chest and gloats at Sadria.
Well, it
That
looks
is
like
just-
we're...
I'm just saying, if there
That
are
is
bands of
just-
adventurers that can get through this place, if anybody finds out that we left them there, especially since there's already one there, we haven't really done anything. We've just wasted our time.
True.
But if we say we leave them there, and we don't, then anybody who wants to go looking for them still can't find them.
Yep, that's a good idea. We should do that.
looks like it's a job for our bard.
We do have a good tail weaver with us.
Good.
Not to undersell your skills, my friend. Just lots thinking about right now in my brain. It's a bit more complicated than what I'm used to.
I think we got ourselves some nice things to think about on our way to the frozen hatch maze, and see how we can handle this.
That's true.
Bjorn, I still hear the sound ringing of you saying the words 100 gold. And,
Yeah, of course.
I mean, we're dealing here with legendary objects, and it's a very dangerous place. And I don't want to sound greedy. You've been kind to us. You've been a very good travel companion. I would travel with you to the ends of the world and back again. But 100 gold? Really?
I mean, if it's true that there are still treasures to be found in the labyrinth, then you're rewarded with much more than just 100 gold.
All right. Then just agree on this. Like, you give us 100 gold, but we keep any other kind of treasure that we find in the labyrinth.
Sure, as long as you bring back the orb.
Especially if there's also this legendary paladin sword. I mean, we just gotta keep that.
I mean, 100 gold gets us on our way. Plus, if there's such legendary items, and as you told us before, Hemlock, that this destroyer seems to have a hoarding problem, so I'm sure he has a fine hoard of treasure and gold for us.
Yeah, but what if he hoards marbles or something? And that's how the orb ended up there as well. He thought it was a marble. I mean,
A
it's...
big marble.
Yes.
Oh. That does
would
complicate
really
things.
help our deception, I think.
That would.
Oh, we could hide it in like a... Yes. Sadria, you're a genius. Yes, we can work with this. We can have fun with this.
Anyone
Right, to
has
follow
had-
your thoughts, you want to buy a lot of marbles and hide the orb in between them?
Oh no, we're not buying the marbles. The destroyer already has the marbles for us.
He sounds like the guy who already lost his marbles.
If he's even still alive.
He's called Asok the Destroyer. He destroys. He must be alive.
Or he
What if he's
got
Asok the
destroyed.
Destroyed?
Here you go.
Mm.
What if he's Asok, the very old destroyer whose golden days already passed like 2 decades ago?
Oh, imagine that. A minotaur with a walking cane. I would love to see that.
Anyone has any experience with minotaurs?
No.
Not to my knowledge.
May
So, DM, from like medical knowledge and like study of living beings, do I know anything about minotaurs?
Give me a history check.
History is not. That was bad. 3. I was like, will this be medicine? No. Okay, fine. Good.
Well, medicine is like looking if someone broke his leg
I
or
know.
something like this.
I know.
I mean, you can medicine check the Minotaur if it's still there.
Oh,
monitor
sorry,
how-
it was a
quite
3.
old. 3.
Well, from your history set with your check here, know that Minotaurs are bull-headed humanoid creatures. Who are really, really strong, and his roars are savage battle cries. And people fear them actually, since it's hard to fight against them.
Okay.
And there are a lot of old tales and legends about them, and it's not uncommon legend to have a minotaur placed in a labyrinth.
But from what Hemlock also remembered of the story, it sounded more like Asok placed himself in this labyrinth. It was more like a labyrinth of his own making.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And could still be being added to, right?
Yeah, does the labyrinth still grow, right? There was something about that. There's some wild magic that's causing
Like
it to grow.
unknown, but
Yeah.
It might-
You got to know that there is magic. That the labyrinth is infused with magic, and that it grew,
Mhm.
and probably is still growing, but no one knows actually, since no one wants to go there.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna ask Ron more about the labyrinth, or are you okay with what you've got?
I think I'm okay with what we have. I think pretty much we could ask questions till the sun comes up, but eventually
yeah,
we just have
probably.
to go.
Yes, and also, I think the dogs are getting hungry as well. Someone need to go and feed them.
I'm on it, and I get up and just grab my the remnants of the moose I have left and head outside to start taking care of the dogs.
And Rowan vanished to feed 20 dogs.
I'll be back in a day.
Was never seen again.
It was never
And also
seen-
not the dogs.
It's like, focus them out! Too much for me! Alright. So, we heading out?
Well,
think
it's that will be next morning since it's already late evening. Björn will remind you that you should be careful since, for what he heard, the labyrinth is a magical place. And that it's unknown what could happen there.
And how many days of travel would it be to the labyrinth?
A few days, probably less than a week.
Alright.
Depends on how fast you are. I mean, you have your sled and the dogs with you, so you're a little bit faster, and you're not. You don't need to walk through everything. But it's unknown if you will be able to travel the whole way with your dogs.
Okay.
So, at the next day, you will get a map from Bjorn how to reach the place. So he helps you where he can. So gives you a nicely drawn map where you can easily find what you're looking for. And since you're already prepared, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was just wondering if we could find more about the labyrinth in the really big library of Northwind Gate.
True.
But I assume Jorn probably, like, while finding out about the orb, already found out about the labyrinth. I don't know if we would find more information.
Let's see if he has more information about the labyrinth. He doesn't has much more to add to this.
Yeah, then it's fine. We will.
He will just tell you like basic stuff. Maybe it's better if you're getting ice skates because the easiest way to reach the labyrinth is over the frozen lake. So, and to get over this, ice skates will be pretty good.
Already got him.
Since you can cross the lake more swiftly and easily.
Yeah, I think we do have a few sets of ice skates, and the
Okay.
ice skates we got,
Yeah.
are they people-sized, or could we also put them on the dog sled?
There
like-
you would need.
I think we would need that like ice barge or whatever.
Yeah. And
the
also
ice boat.
we can't put skates on the dogs pulling us, so that would still be.
Probably not.
Yeah. Just imagine. I just
Is-
thinking of dogs on like tile flooring, and then
Yeah.
taking them on skates on ice.
Is there a? I guess we'll see this with the map, but is there some kind of words, city, people, village thing before the lake?
No.
It's just not
Okay.
inhabited at all. Like,
Yep.
So this is the last like thing of civilization before we get to the lake.
God,
So
what do we do with the
you
dogs?
you can leave them with me. I will take care of them.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, I
Increases
feed
our-
them.
Sorry, that I was just going to say that makes the trip to the labyrinth a bit longer if we leave the dogs here. But if we leave the dogs outside of a labyrinth, they will most likely get eaten.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure that I know a few members who would be rather upset about that.
Absolutely.
Please don't eat them. I know they're named after cheese, but no.
And mine are named after seasonings, so we just made them as tantalizing as possible, didn't we?
One named Taffy.
It's stuck in their gums.
Oh, imagine putting cheese on taffy. Mm-mm. No.
Okay, so I think we will probably not take the dogs unless Bjorn wants to do like half the trip with us and then go back and we continue walking.
Oh, he
think
doesn't
Bjorn's gonna
want
wanna-
to go
Yeah.
Not at
much
all.
far away from this city. And as you see the next day, the mountains are mostly covered with snow and it's still dark outside and it's cold and it's a
Great.
big no-no for him.
Mhm.
So then, I guess
Relatable.
Right. So I guess like before we get totally ready and head out, I'll spend most of the morning before we go making a bunch of meals for the dogs to give to Bjorn, so he doesn't end up killing them accidentally by not feeding them. And I'll also make some packed lunches for Bjorn for when he goes to the library.
Aw.
Oh.
You're
Very
so
nice of
sweet.
you.
Are you food prepping for Bjorn and the dogs?
Yes.
Cool.
I guess if you if you get any instructions, I'm sorry, any instructions to Vadena, the keeper of the inn, then she might also help with keeping the dogs alive.
Oh, perfect. I'll walk over to Adina. Yes. Vadina, and walk over, give her like 5 gold pieces, and be like, "Hey, friend, my friends and I are gonna be journeying up north a bit more, but one of our lovely companions is gonna be staying here and watching our good dog friends. I'm sure you've noticed them running around wild. If you could lend him a hand, there's quite a few of them, so I'm sure he's gonna need a few extra hands if you don't mind. If this isn't enough, I'll give you more on the way back. On my way back here."
She will take your hand, places the money in there, and give it basically gives back to you. So, don't worry, I will keep a look on them. You don't need to pay me for this.
Oh, I mean, are you sure? It's really no trouble. I
No,
don't
it's
think
okay.
I'm
It's
gonna quite
okay.
need gold. Where I'm going. All right. I mean, if you insist, and I'll take the gold back. And be like, all right. Well, thank you very much. And even more so than dogs, keep an eye on our friend Bjorn. He's not too fond of cold weather and being away from home, so maybe just slide him a few extra drinks every now and then. Maybe pour a little extra in when he seems a bit off at night.
Yeah, I will look. I will keep an eye on him and on the dogs.
Thank you. That's very helpful to us. And I'll make my way back to the group. I'm like, all right,
Mhm.
I think we're all taken care of. Bjorn's taken care of, the dogs are taken care of. Now we just got to make our way there.
All right.
Andrea is going to. She's got her hands smushed into Admiral Puffer's big floofy face, and she's like, "Listen, you're in charge. Be good." Like giving him the.
Instructions.
And he's just like,
That is delightful.
Anyone else wants to have his last cuddles with their dogs?
Yeah. I thought it's just gonna be petting them and being like, "Well, we'll come back, don't worry." Just talking more than they've talked to any of you during their whole journey. Just like whispering to the dogs, "Yeah, and I love you too, and you'll be good. Yes, I know, and I'll give you pets later."
Dogs enthusiastically licking their mask. Just going.
Yeah, being like, why is this so weird? This face so hard.
Ah, cute.
But yeah, I guess then this is our last night on beds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. You should enjoy that night.
Anyone up for a final round to the hot springs?
Yes, definitely.
Me.
That sounds like a plan.
I actually wanted DM.
Hmm?
I actually wanted to ask if Athad had found out anything about the healing waters of the springs. If it's just like the warm water that relaxes the muscles, or if there's like something magic to it, or
There's nothing magical to it. It's just a combination of the hot water and some minerals that are in the water
okay.
that feel very refreshing and give a nice feel to the skin.
Can I
Then
try
Athad
to?
will. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go for it.
Athad will try to like see which minerals they are, so they can like write them down and like note it down, so they know like how to prepare a similar bath if it's needed.
And with that, Rowan will also take some bottles and scoop up some water and just keep it for later.
Well, I'm not giving you a list of the minerals.
Assume that like
There's sodium. As we're all like hanging out in the hot springs.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're just gonna have one final evening in the hot springs, then
Mhm.
enjoy our last night in warm beds,
Sounds good.
and then head back out into the cold.
Yeah. So the hot springs are next to a tavern where you can also get drinks directly to the hot spring.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Lovely.
a couple mojitos, you know, and
Yeah. So different kinds of wines, ales. If you don't drink alcohol, they also have pretty good juice and lemonades.
A few drinks in, Hemlock is just gonna tell yet another version of the Purple Worm tale, and every detail is different again. And the next morning, if you tell him about it, he doesn't even remember that he told the tale in that way. So.
Alright.
One thing I wanted to point out about Athar, as they take off like the big coat and everything to get ready for the springs, like they do not take off their mask, so you can see when they take off their really warm woolly hat, like you can see the really pale white fluffy hair, kind of like curly, and their skin is very pale, and it's weird because it looks like opalescent. It instead of having the normal rosy undertones or like even green undertones from veins and stuff, it looks like it shines. You couldn't tell before because obviously they were all bundled up and covered up, but yeah.
Alright.
Very cool.
The Thar gets in, Rowan kind of looks at them and kind of notices the offness of like, not offness, but like the difference, because this is the first time Rowan would have seen more than just like the giant winter clothing, and kind of looks at them puzzlingly and then looks at everyone else and really takes in for the first time. Is like, well, I haven't really seen all of you outside your winter gear before. You're a lot less furry than I am. Weird. And you see his mane is just completely plastered to like his head now, and he looks like a wet cat.
Wet cat, yes. Wet cat look.
We're really going to venture into this unknown with these magical orbs of unlimited power, huh?
Yeah, looks like it.
Sounds like a good time at least.
I am very excited.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're gonna find out new things, new experiences, hopefully not die.
Not
Still
dying would be
worried.
helpful.
Still definitely worried, still not on board with having the three of them with us at any point. But very interested in knowing what they do and what this labyrinth is. I didn't know anything about it. I can't wait.
Audrey is all the way in the water, like with just her face, like just enough to breathe, above the water, and she kind of turns and she's like, "What do you think? Does this still feel like destiny?"
Well, it feels like something. I guess I won't know until it happens.
I feel
But-
like adding a bit more. I feel like adding like planes and different dimensions and stuff makes it even more tied to Destiny, you know? The grander it gets, the more it really fits that Destiny theme.
It definitely feels like more responsibility,
Yeah.
which I guess it's not the first time I have that, so we can do this.
What do you think
Well,
will
it's the
be?
first.
What do you think will be? What kind of creature do you think will this Ashok the Destroyer be? I mean, during the conversation, of course, we made the necessary jokes about the title, but now thinking about it, sounds like quite a challenge ahead.
Well, maybe
I
he
think
can be
he's
talked
dead.
to, or that.
You
Just
definitely
imagine.
try talking to him.
Just
but
imagine
it-
living all alone in some kind of maze with just your collection of things.
Maybe he just calls himself the Destroyer because he doesn't like to be bothered by some people or whatever. Maybe he's super cool, and it's like, yeah, you want that orb? Sure, whatever.
Or he's just
There's-
really clumsy and breaks a lot of his own treasure.
Yeah, definitely.
Or he's
yeah.
dead.
Or he's dead.
Yeah.
But Hemlock, you make a good point. I don't know if you've all had prolonged periods of forced isolation, but and you see like Rowan, his eyes kind of like look off far for a second and be like, it can do things to people left alone with your own devices for too long. So no matter what, even if we can't talk to him, we need to be careful when we get to him.
Yeah, definitely.
Can we make a promise to each other that no matter what happens in that maze, no matter how destroyery Ashok is or how not destroyery he is, we won't get each other lost in there, alright? Stick
Yeah.
together.
Scout's honor.
We enter with 5, we leave with 5.
Feel like that's a good
Aloneness.
plan.
Yeah.
During this, you notice that Athad has just been like repeating something to themselves, like some kind of mantra, but it's just like very quiet whispers. And as Hemlock says, "Hey, don't lose anybody," they kind of come up of that and say, "Yeah, let's stay together." I hope we could talk to him.
We can certainly try to. I doubt that any of us really want to go in with guns blazing kind of mentality. But best be prepared. And he
Absolutely.
looks at Hemlock and Allyria and goes, "Do you two know the message spell? That could be really helpful if we do end up getting separated by trap or magic, trap or trick."
Well, I do know the sending spell.
I can't do any of those. Nope.
Sometimes send messages back with that to my father and mother, just to tell them how I'm doing.
That's
Right.
neat.
Oh, quite handy. Well, if two of us have a way to communicate over long distance,
Exactly.
well, I can go at least in a direction 120 feet. So, but if we try hard to stay together, maybe I also got some chain and some rope, so if things get dire, we can go the extra mile to not
Well,
get separated.
what if we just tie ropes around all of us? So we can't get lost, or if we get lost, all of us get lost.
One bottomless pit gets us all.
You have a point there.
Yeah, I mean, if the labyrinth is
rest
full
of
of
us
traps or
someone else.
whatever. Yeah.
Have any of you actually dealt with traps before?
No.
Kind of a novice in that aspect.
I've spent my whole life at the university, like kind of like half my life anyway, so I don't know anything about traps.
Well, Veronica, and all of you know that Hemlock calls his shield that he has, he calls it Veronica. he says, Veronica still has quite a deep scratch from falling into a kind of pit trap a while ago. That was not because it was actually a trap. I mean, I like to say it was a trap, but I stumbled in the forest over some roots, and Veronica caught my blow. So, no, I have no experience with traps.
So we're all woefully unprepared.
I've
be
seen
fun.
what traps can do to people. I've seen some injuries and wounds, more in that kind of the spectrum, broken bones. I haven't experienced them myself, but I've seen what they do. We should avoid those.
So, sounds like we're getting a checklist. So, first of all, we enter with the approach of wanting to talk. Second of all, we don't fall into traps. Third of all, we don't get lost. And anything else to add to the list?
And then we get the orb.
Oh yes, of course, the orb. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Fourth, we get the orb.
Yeah.
That's.
I feel
that
like
should be-
I feel like that number 4 should be higher up on the list, but
Yeah. Well, the first things have to happen before we get to the orb.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I mean, chronologically speaking.
chronologically
There we go.
speaking, indeed.
Yeah.
right.
I have a few spells that could help with the lost bit.
Oh. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you two out of the magic conversation. I always forget that you got some magic of your own.
Oh, I'm just good at healing people.
Well, we're just good at healing. That's one of
I mean,
the most
that's-
important skills in this group
Yeah.
here.
No, we've had a very, we've
What's
had a
my
very
job?
peaceful journey so far. So you haven't
Yeah,
had to use your
that's-
talents too much, but I'm sure
Yeah.
with a name like the Destroyer,
Hmm.
healing might come in pretty handy in a bit.
Before all of this is over, Athar, we're gonna need those healing skills of yours.
Absolutely. I'm very happy that you're here, Azar.
Been
You can
practicing
help.
for a long time, so hopefully it will be enough.
I'm sure.
Okay. I guess this is a perfect time to take a break
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
before
Let's
you're
do it.
heading out into the deep winter.
Yes.
the
Unknown what
cold.
waits for you.
The
wintry Everyone-
No.
Everyone here and everyone watching, stretch, go drink water.
Yeah, right. Keep
Take meds if you
hydrated.
need to.
Stretch, especially stretch. Do that. It's good for you. So,
I don't have
Big
enough
soul.
cups though.
What the fuck?
all
Very
right.
hydrated.
Here I am with my normal glass.
And what? Just so the audience knows, at what time can they expect us back? Approximately.
I would say in around 10 minutes. So, yeah,
all right.
All right.
is it cool?
Very good.
So,
Set the timer.
See you in 10 minutes.
All right.
We are back.
Hello, hello.
Back out of the break. I hope the group does well. Everyone is hydrated as well as the chat.
Did everyone stretch?
Don't
I'm
forget
monitoring
stretching.
you.
So,
Stretch,
Minimal.
snack, water, meds.
so while you're taking your last sips before you're heading out, I want to thank the chat that they are so active and that so many people are watching us and writing. I see you, Gabe. I also see Cage in the chat and Mangore. I'm sorry, my names with this nicknames is so horrible. Yeah, Sarcastic Archers, Panitia,
Paid viewer.
yeah, and a lot of other people. This is so cool. If you're thinking the story is cool and engaging and you love the group, consider following us so that you're not missing out anything that might come in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, other than that, I forgot to add one music creator that we're using. We're using music from Might and Music, who made our intro song.
Oh, yeah, it's such a good song. I
And
love it.
it's so cool.
So,
Can I put that song in my workout playlist so that when I like, do my workouts, I just have that as a background music?
Yeah,
That's
that's a good idea.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
I'm not saying no. And thanks to Zaria who made who made the character portraits.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Beautiful.
My pleasure.
So good.
Hopefully we'll get
So
more
good.
art, not only by me, because I'm already like, oh, I need to draw these characters better, but like, I want fan art so bad.
Yeah.
I've
If you're
never-
considering doing fan art for the group, we have a Discord channel you can join and you can just post this in. Or we also have a Twitter channel where you can basically find us under @Hoard Hoard of Tales, basically. Yeah.
I'll put the link. Can we post links on the chat?
It's also in the overlay. You can find the link to our Discord directly under the stream. There's a list with Discord, Twitter, Coffee, when we are going live, having our next shows, and stuff like this. So there you find everything. We also have a YouTube channel where you can find most of our VODs. And we appreciate if you're just giving us a thumb up or commenting on our stuff, so that will help us a lot. You can
Yeah,
also
we'll be
write, yeah,
checking.
you shit, I don't watching you. It's okay.
You suck.
We can handle
new.
this.
Then we can do cast reacts to mean comments.
Oh,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be checking out like whenever we have the VODs on YouTube, all the
Mhm.
commentaries.
Yeah. So, and I guess, have we forgot anything? I guess not. Okay, Dean. Let's head over to the next day after you've enjoyed your last time in the hot spring with a half drunken night.
It takes you a long time to get Sadria out of there.
Come on, I start just dragging Sadria like. "Oh."
Yeah.
Did your hair just like make the water steam, or like does it disappear when you're underwater? What happens?
Yeah, it makes the water like boiling around there, basically.
Nice. Nice.
It's good for your face.
Yeah, you lost me there.
First time breaking the DM. We succeeded.
Yeah, off to the next day.
Fast forward.
So we
Here's
wake
one.
up.
We have no time. Well, you're prepared, or do you want to buy some last things before you're heading out?
I know some of us do have ice skates, and we know that we're gonna get to a lake. I'm not entirely sure if we have enough ice skates for everyone.
We do. Everyone bought.
Did
right?
Yeah, I think everyone bought
Yeah.
some. I got some. I know
have some.
Hemlock and Allyria have some.
Yeah.
Azar has some. Sadria,
Yeah.
did you get
Oh yeah.
ice skates?
I do have ice skates.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So we all have ice skates.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, cool.
I would like to just re-up on food. So it's like I forget how much you charged me for it last time. Just for like enough food for there and back, and I guess since we don't have the dogs anymore, since they're staying here, it'll be less. So I guess I'll just buy rations, enough
I
rations
have
to
plenty
get.
of rations. I can take care of this trip for us.
Yeah,
Since you
also-
paid last
yeah.
time.
I've bought like 25 rations or something. I don't know.
I think we do all have.
I
Yeah.
mean, you also needed to feed the dogs. So,
I used quite a bit of quite a bit of them. But yeah, sweet. Okay, cool. Then I think I have everything I need.
I got you.
While
Rowan.
we're in an area
You
that has spell components and stuff for wizards, I would just like to see if I can find a diamond worth 300 gold.
Ooh.
Let me roll for this.
I'll pitch in on that diamond too.
Also, I'm going to take a couple tufts of hair from the dogs, and I'm gonna make sure that I get some. I'm not gonna like rip their fur out. I'm just gonna clip some. Not gonna hurt them, but get some from each of our dogs, like one from everybody.
What is the purpose of this?
The find creature, locate creature stuff.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Needs fur from a hound, but also if we get lost and we're using it for each of us, I figured it might be thematically better to have, if Athar gets lost, using the fur from one of Athar's dogs. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, good.
Cool
I
idea.
mean, it could have been a strange hobby.
Yeah, I just,
Just like
You
starts
go to Sadria's house and it's just a full shelf of like bottled hair.
It's like
I'm
little
just
hair
making a pillow,
dolls.
I'm just making a pillow.
That's unusual, but okay.
Just little worry dolls of each of us made out of dog hair.
That's no.
So if I lose you guys, I will be able to find you again. That's a spell
But
component.
Satria, you're able to find a jewelry where you can buy 300 gold pieces worth of diamond.
Ooh, excellent. Somebody else said they wanted to go in on that one.
Yep, I'll go halvesies.
All right, that works for me. Then I will put 150 gold out of mine, give it to the jeweler. Life will be happy.
Yes, same here.
Diamonds are a cleric's best friend.
You hear
Rowan,
Hemlock
is there,
yelling.
and this jeweler looks somehow nearly the same like the person that sold him the spell scroll. So
Excuse me, have we met before?
no, I don't know you.
Do you have a twin in the town?
Actually, yeah.
Ah, owns a magic shop, I'm guessing.
It's one of the twins.
Alright, cool. Well,
We are like a
Audrey,
big
I'm gonna
family.
let you handle this. And like Roan like looks over to Sadria and goes like, I think you should finish this transaction.
I'm not one of the. How many twins do you have? One of the twin.
Oh, wait, doesn't Flynn mean two?
Anyway.
Well, actually, we're quadruplets.
Oh,
Each of you own your own shop.
We all own shops.
You'll get a discount if I shop at all of them. Like collect the whole set.
That is brilliant.
One of them is selling magic items like scrolls, and you have the jeweler, you have one who is making clothings, and then you're having one who is selling dried meat and things like this.
Oh, so I've probably met 3 of them at least.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's a big town with little faces.
And they're all named Nurse Joy.
I was about to make that joke. That's
I like that reference. But also I can imagine just Rowan going to shops and being like, hi, and then the first time you don't pay much attention to the person, it's like, yeah, I would like some like meat and stuff. Then you go to a magic shop, hi, I'd like some scrolls. And then it's like, hi, why is the same person in every
Didn't you
shop?
just sell me meat the other day? Oh, it's too confusing for me. Everyone had their own face on the boat.
Oh yeah, that's all I needed. I have everything else should be good. That was just those things.
Okay.
let's do this.
So, as you leave Northwind Gate behind you, you have collected everything that you needed. You've got most informations that you think are okay to deal with the world situation. You have the orb with you, secured in the haversack of holding. And you're following the windy road. You're not that far away from Northwood Gate at this point, and you feel how the temperature starts to drop down. It's getting freezing. Snow is covering much of the mountain landscape, and here and there are small clusters of pine trees and mounds of moss-covered boulders and some patches of green-gray lichen. Sometimes you see some small footprints in the snow. It looks like as if they are from animals. And sometimes they look more humanoid.
Can I examine those, examine the prints, and especially the humanoid ones, and see if I recognize what they are, or like what would make those prints?
Yeah, sure. You can give me a survival check.
I would like to help him with that, if you don't mind.
Then you can roll with advantage.
Hey.
Oh, they look like turkey tracks. That ain't no turkey.
That's a 7 and a natural 20, bringing us to 25.
Nice.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
You really were about to say it was a turkey.
It's like, oh, this really looks like a turk. Oh, wait, nope. Those are some fingers. Those are some toes. Never mind.
So the humanoid footprints that you're seeing there are looking as if they are from shoes. Like rather sturdy ones or large footprints. Like, it's yeah.
Would be like bigger than, like, say, Rowan's or my footprints, as being the two bigger people in the party.
I mean, around your size. You're big.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's
Okay.
around your size.
I look back to the group and goes, "I'm not the only ones out here. Just so you're all aware. Can I tell where they're going or how old they were? How old they are?"
With your net 20 in survival, you can tell they are rather fresh.
Okay.
And they are probably not that far away from this point. And so you're telling the others that they should be aware that there might be someone around? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be like,
And-
there's definitely someone close around and not too far off. I dig into my mane and out pops the little Zephyr, the little snowy owl, and I send her out to do a big like arc around, a little scout around.
She's back.
Okay, you can look through their eyes.
I'd like to say, Athar would be doing as they did in the trip towards Northwind. They would be kind of scouting ahead, since they're agile and have keen eyes, trying to see, mostly trying to see if they're in danger and if the terrain is like okay to traverse.
Okay, you can both give me perception checks. I guess they all has advantage since owl. Or what does
The owl has keen senses, so I think they have
The
advantage on perception checks based on eyesight.
Yeah.
I believe so. I also should probably
25.
just get up those stats.
There are just too many familiars to remember each other.
Exactly. Exactly.
Everyone has
25
a
for
familiar.
I mean, you have 20 familiars plus 1.
22 for Tiny Owl Zephyr.
Okay, and you, Afar?
25.
20. Man!
Wow.
Is
Okay.
what I do.
The best I've ever rolled.
I'm just here percepting.
Basically, yes.
Okay, Afar. you see that at the moment the way is going more upwards, so it's a bit harder to walk there, but the snow is steady enough so that you're not falling at some point, or so at the moment it's okay to travel through it. And it's not snowing, so that's a plus. It makes it a little bit easier. So for the you're seeing through your companion's eyes that not that far away, probably a mile or so, is a person walking. Also in really thick winter clothes, and seems is you all going a bit closer to this person? Then they will see that this looks like a rather tall person and has a bow with them, so probably a ranger or some kind, or hunter.
Do they look similar in size to Vadina's partner?
Yeah.
The like ranger-looking person. I might go back to what was their name again?
Her...
Sorry, I should have wrote this down.
Yeah, so her name is Mirelion.
Oh, Mirelion. Okay, turn to everyone else and go. I think Mirelion's up ahead, the partner of our fair tavern owner.
So we're not the only ones so crazy enough to be out here. That's
at least not out this
interesting.
far.
Well, we're not.
Don't know what she's doing out here yet.
We're not that far away
Alone?
from. We're not that far away from the city yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and if I remember, Vadina mentioned that Mirelion likes the outside, so.
Yeah, I'm sure she's doing whatever ranger things she does.
She ranges. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what rangers do.
Likely, yeah.
How far away?
Around 1 mile.
Wow, okay. We have a bit of time before our owner. Do we want to join up with her, travel with her for a bit? She may know the area, save us some time.
That's a good idea.
If she's willing. I mean, she may be, in the middle of her own business. But
Yeah,
I
sure.
have a bit of gold that could probably persuade her still, maybe?
Yeah, maybe we can go up to her and just say hi. We'll see.
Alright.
Are we planning on? Oh, hi. We know your wife. We're going to this secret labyrinth location that we're not supposed to tell anybody about. Can you show us the way?
Well, we shouldn't tell her that. Remember, we had that discussion already in that room. We're not going to tell people about
Or
that.
we
But
could.
we're gonna say hi. I mean, fancy meeting you here.
Or we could tell her we're going to the labyrinth. It's not uncommon for people to go to the labyrinth. It's just uncommon for people to come back. We don't have to tell her why we're going. We are just a group of adventurers, after all. I'm sure it's not too uncommon.
Maybe
say-
she doesn't even care where we're going.
It's true. It's true, but if she knows how to get there, that would be very, very helpful. Because I know we have a map, but hands-on person who's traveled the roads and trails could be very helpful to us. At least for a little bit.
Information has a strange way to move its tentacles around. I'd rather not have a random person know if someone might be on our toes.
Yeah, I second that.
Exactly.
Alright. Alright. Then mum's the word.
She's gonna see our tracks when she comes back.
We can meet up to her and she can help us with the lake.
Or we could ask if she has any advice for getting across the lake or any sections of the lake that we should avoid.
We'll think it's still quite a journey until we get to the lake. I mean,
True.
We're not. It's not. City is just behind us. But any
can
advice
be
she can give us is useful.
We don't have to say our final destination is the labyrinth.
Yeah.
True.
We're just going
Could-
for a walk.
For a walk, or we're making our way to Whiteport. That's the direction we're heading, technically. Similar
Yeah.
direction, right?
Yeah.
So we could just say we're heading there, and if she has any tips or tricks or I kind of look at the map. Does it look like Whiteport is past where we're going? Like if we were heading to Whiteport, would it make sense?
Whiteport is at the coast.
And is the frozen lake between us and there, or is it more?
I
kinda
need
like
to
out
look
of
at the
way?
map, which is really small.
It is really small. That's why I was asking, because I was like, it's a little tiny. I don't see a lake on here.
Yeah, there's no lake drawn in there, which is cool. I also have no more direct map for this, but well, there's a lake. It's not going to Whiteport.
Yeah.
We don't even know yet if she's even gonna bother asking about it. So
True.
why keep her waiting? Let's go over there, say hello, have a nice chat.
See
I
if she
do
knows.
like the idea of finding someone who can get us through the snow faster. Sign me up
That
for
is.
that.
That is.
Athar
indeed
turns
what
to
the Rangers
Sadria.
do.
Hurt inside that their scouting is not like helping apparently. But you can't see their like face expression, so
You just see a masked figure looking at you for a prolonged time, like.
Somewhere a silent, the silent sound of a heart breaking. So,
Don't worry, we're setting up our enemies to friends arc. It's part of the plan.
perfect. And Hemlock is just if anyone shows Hemlock the general direction where they spotted this figure, he's just gonna start wandering off, stomping through the snow.
I
I
think
will
we all
follow.
are. I mean, yeah.
yeah, I think we're going.
Yeah, we're
We
going.
make our way towards Morellian.
Morellian.
Following the owl.
Have we
Okay.
actually seen Morellian in our time?
Yeah, you
in
have
the...
seen her. You have been a few days there, and
Okay.
I mean, she's going back and forth from that point. So
Okay.
Yeah,
you also
and she
saw
should
her.
recognize us too.
Yeah.
Okay.
probably.
I mean, we're pretty.
We're pretty.
We're pretty. Period.
Exactly.
Well, we have to assume Athar is pretty. We don't actually know.
Their aesthetic's pretty.
They have a pretty personality. That's all we need to know. So
Thank you. The mask is a choice. Okay.
Yeah, that's why the mask. You're too pretty.
Who can handle it? It's the whole like turn to stone thing. The ultimate power. Okay, we make our way towards Morellian.
For the third time. Well, you will find her as she is looking at some tracks that she found, and you're approaching behind her, I guess.
Making enough noise not to surprise her.
Yeah, you're a few hundred meters away, and she can already hear you.
Morellian! Oh,
Hemlock
is that
has
you?
Hemlock has disadvantage on stealth checks anyway. So even if we tried, she would at least hear Hemlock.
Okay.
Good to know.
Just a little bit of foreshadowing, depending on what we're planning.
Okay. Yeah. As you're coming closer, she sees you and holds up a hand to greet you, and then stands up, turns towards you, also. Oh, interesting to see you out here.
Morellian!
You know us, we just love the fresh air.
What Sadria is trying to say is, it's good to see a friendly face out here. You, taking a look at those tracks?
Oh well, yeah.
Anything
Anything interesting?
Yeah, anything interesting? Like, giant beast we should be aware of?
Not around this area. It will be uncommon.
Oh,
But if you're interested, I have some fresh rabbit meat.
rabbit meat?
Take it.
That's two copper pieces.
All right. I hand her a silver.
Okay, you're getting the rabbit meat.
Delicious.
Yeah. This will make good
We'll
dinner
have a
for
nice,
tonight at
nice
least.
stew.
Where are you heading?
Oh, we're heading a little bit further out, away from the city. We're thinking heading towards Whiteport, but we're not sure yet. Really depends on where the wind blows us. Talking about wind, and Hemlock looks up at the sky, like gauging the current weather. Merillion, you're an outdoorsy person, right?
You could say so.
Yeah. Do you know what the weather will be like in the coming days? Like, should we expect heavy snowfall or anything?
I mean, in this area you should always expect heavy snowfall.
Yeah, see, this shows you how much of an outdoorsy person I am. But, So, do you think that the weather might change in the coming days? Anything we should be aware of?
I mean, you look as if you have everything that you need for out here, and she looks at your stuff. So I guess if you're careful, don't go too far into the mountains if you're not used to them.
All right.
If there's suddenly a storm coming, that might be a little bit problematic.
And let's say, hypothetically, if we wanted to, I don't know, go across a lake or something, like, would you say that would be safe, or?
Oh, you're going to the lake? For fishing, I guess?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we're just gonna see where the wind is going to carry us, I suppose.
Best to have a goal out here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, except for, sightseeing, all that white snow stuff, and,
There's not much sightseeing out here.
Does the lake have any special fish in it that could catch a budding chef's fancy, or any creatures that I should know about? I'm always interested in cooking up something new.
Oh, well, some very unique fish. As far as I know, most of the times I'm not going there. It's way too far away.
Interesting fish is enough for us. Too bad you don't get up there too much, though. Is there a particular reason?
Oh, I like to be at home when it's getting darker than it is right now. You know what I mean.
Valid reason.
So the lake is too far away, like, how far?
Well, if you're going to the lake, you might reach us by tomorrow.
I see.
I mean, purely hypothetically speaking, if we were going to the lake, right?
Yeah, I mean, still, and, hypothetically. Yeah.
Well, I am still exploring this northern location, so yes, if we could mark where the lake is, that would be very helpful for my journal.
Also right, yes, Athar, right, exactly. That's what we meant from the beginning, not hypothetically. Like,
I mean,
sightseeing, making a map and researching the area, they're very similar,
Absolutely.
I mean, if you just follow this path down here, and she points out, or do you have a map with you?
Yeah. I take out the map that Bjorn gave us and show her.
Well, this is actually a pretty good map. If you're just following this route, and she points this out on the map, so then you're getting there in no time.
Well, thank you. And I try to remember the path that she showed us, and go over to Athar and be like, "Can you mark this so I don't forget?"
I got it.
Perfect. Oh, that was very helpful. That should help us get there in no time, as you said. Can we lend any aid to you in any way?
Oh, no. Thank you.
All right.
Are you coming in this
Okay,
direction?
perfect. Thanks. Bye. Let's go now. We've been standing in the snow.
Well, don't mind her. She's a bit nippy when it comes to chilly weather.
Well, understandable.
To be fair, Sadria does have a point. I mean, daylight's only up so long, so we might want to get a move on. Morellion, thank you so much for the conversation, and please say hello to Vadina from us, and
Will do.
to the doggies, and
To all the doggies individually.
of course, all of them.
By name. Do you need a list?
Athar takes a page of their sketchbook and rips it out and hands it to Marillion. It has all of the names of the dogs in it.
Oh, wow.
They remember anyway, so they don't need it.
Well, thank you. Then I guess you will see us later?
Yeah.
Probably.
Definitely.
Not hypothetically. We will see each other later.
See you in a few days.
Hypothetically in a few days.
Then keep safe and stay on the path. Don't get lost.
All right, I guess we continue walking.
Okay.
Athar goes a bit further out, again to just scout the immediate path since they're a bit faster than the rest.
Okay, you're traveling forwards, and as you're walking the whole day, at some point you feel the exhaustion in your bones and your legs, and it might be the best time to set up camp. You also feel that it's getting much colder by now, so maybe some time to get warm again. Getting some sleep will be probably the best for you.
So,
Can I?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
So, how we want to sleep tonight? You guys want to set up tents, or want Rowan or me to make one of our comfy little bubbles?
Well, can I spot any place that would be a bit more even if we have the bubble, can we spot any more, what's the word, safer spot to camp? Maybe a cave, maybe a rock that protects from the snow, so we're not snowed in our dome, or
Give me a perception check. I mean, you're good in this.
I'm very good at this. I shouldn't say that because I'm just gonna jinx it, but 24.
Ooh. You're scouting ahead to look if you find any spot that might be good, and since you're close to the mountain area, you find some bigger boulders that are just set in a way where you're saying, this is probably the perfect spot to set up camp. So from one side they will hide you a bit from the wind, and the other side you can just set up your camp and everything you need without being disturbed too much.
I can create a bonfire.
Athar, what do your masked eyes see?
Just ahead we have a perfect place to camp. It's not a cave like last time, but it will be covered from the snow.
Lots of fresh air?
Yeah.
Perfect. See, I like the domes that Rowan and I can make, but don't you think that, especially at a certain point, the air just gets a little bit, I don't know, stale in there?
Yeah, and I thought
That's probably my fault. My hair is kind of a dehumidifier. I can't do much about it.
Oh, no worries about that. It's just, if we have a good place to camp, then let's set up camp there. I mean, we got these tents for a reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to rough it. Relying on magic too much makes you soft.
Exactly.
And Rowan will
Sadria's
start.
yeah, magic makes you soft, as she's burning and melting some of the snow away to clear where the fire is supposed to go.
Good relying on it. And Rowan will start putting up one of the tents.
I mean, I just want to say, don't you want to have that bonfire? Bit magic's fine. it's comfortable.
Well, we will need a bonfire
Absolutely.
to cook.
Yeah,
So-
of course, yes. Yeah.
That's okay. But we can go without the dome for the night. I think the tents should work.
Well, I
And
mean,
you see Athar do the usual ritual that you've seen them do before we all got to Northwind, when we were traversing through the north before, and they would leave their things, start setting up a tent, and before all that they would go to the dogs and take off all of the harnesses that they had, and they go to do that and realize that the dogs are not there.
Aww.
And very sadly just go back and help put up a tent with their friends.
No, that was half our heater for when we sleep.
Yeah, true.
Aw.
oh, it's gonna be much colder now.
Now you need to be the heater for everyone.
She'll start melting another place for a second fire on the other side.
Seeing how I'm gonna probably be doing a bit of cleaning after dinner anyway, do you want me to take the first watch?
Yeah, sure.
Alright?
I take the last.
I'll take second.
Right. I think that covers it, right?
I
3
mean,
watches for the night?
you can also do 4 watches, then everyone gets at least 1 hour more sleep.
Rowan, when you're done with your watch, wake me up. Oh,
Alright.
Also,
Will
I
do.
would like to stay up a bit longer, just writing on my sketchbook while the fire's still there. Is it okay if I do the first watch with you, Rowan?
Absolutely. The more the merrier.
Okay.
Sadria's like, all right, poke me if the fire goes out and you need it back. And she's just gonna roll over.
Steam starts
Well,
to
you're
rise.
well equipped, so you're not getting that cold during the night.
Alright.
And Sadria, you're basically a
Space
living
heater.
fire. So
Right.
Alright, then
I guess.
settle in for the first watch.
After a good dinner, I assume.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Rowan whips up, takes the rabbit he bought from Morellian earlier and whips it up with some carrots and leeks and stuff, and makes a good hearty stew that should last a couple of nights at least.
Nice.
Warms everyone up as much as possible.
Nice.
Just puts it next to Sadria, who's already fallen asleep a little bit. Just goes, not to bug ya, but here's some stew. Just puts it next to her and backs away slowly.
Just-
She just kind of rolls over the other way and starts cuddling the stew.
Then Rowan just calls Zephyr back around, and she perches right on top of Rowan's head and settles down and takes out his spell book and peers up and just keeps watch for his portion of the night as he studies the new spell he purchased the day before.
okay.
Athar just sits next to the bonfire, takes out their little box, a little rectangular box, where they keep watercolors and gouache paint. And they take a little bit of snow in a portable, kind of can that they have, and put it on top of the fire to melt, so they have water. And they just paint on their sketchbook related to some of the landscape they've been seeing around, and just some of the notes, and a little sketch of Zephyr, the snow owl.
And as the night would go on and Rowan gets bored studying his spell, he would kind of start peeking up and looking over at Ethar every so often, be like, not to pry or spook you, and I've been sitting here kind of quietly, and he puts the scroll away and puts his spellbook away and goes, see, you have that notebook in your hands quite often. I've resisted asking about it out of common courtesy, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm quite curious. What you spend so much time doing in that thing?
Oh, yeah, I like recording things that I learn well when I'm like translating when I see, through paint, and most of them are just notes and sketches about interesting things I've seen, but that you can see as they flip through the sketchbook. Some of the drawings are just like more or less finished, but some are landscapes and from different regions as well, depending on which part of the sketchbook you go to. But some of them are like a bit graphic or even a bit disturbing. Some of them are like from just dead animals that appear just peacefully kind of asleep from like, a dead bird in nature or whatever, to like full rotten carcasses with entrails, or like just like some dissection drawings of like almost scientific illustrations of different bones and muscle structures and organs of different animals, different living beings, also plants. Athar goes like, oh well, I don't know if this is okay. I hope this. Some people don't react too well to my sketchbooks.
Oh, girl, don't you worry about anything there, friend. I've seen my fair share. These are very good, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I've been doing them for a long time. But yeah, I'm just interested. A lot of these I made even before. Well, not this sketchbook in particular. This is new, but I've been doing these before I left the monastery. Life and death is just fascinating, and how things come to move and work. So I really like studying it. Some people just don't like looking at it, but I find it fascinating.
It doesn't bother me. Coming from where I come from, I've seen some things, and being a cook, I butcher animals all the time. So, nothing I'm too uncommon with.
I guess we have that in common. Having
It's
to
true.
treat with some pretty straightforward stuff.
Life seems to have a way of throwing itself at us, as you can see with this whole fiasco. Who knows where we're heading now, and we're going to summon towards the destroyer. I'm sure we're going to see quite a bit of unearthly or uncouth things ahead.
I'm
I'm
actually
sure we're all fine though.
very curious about this Minotaur. 'Cause Hemlock mentioned that they've probably been like alone for a long time, right?
Yeah, something like that. And if from what I understand, yeah. And if they have been alone, then we could be walking into someone who nary is sentient anymore, depending on how strong their mental constitution is.
Well, maybe it's just someone calm and collected and with a lot of knowledge to share. Because alone is also focused and safe and predictable. It allows you to do the things you want to do. I mean, I like to draw because I can do that on my own, and that's how I've learned most of the things I know. So I like reading too, that you can also do alone.
It's strange. Seems like we both had plenty of time alone, but have quite different experiences with it. Maybe one day we'll talk about it more.
I'd like that.
And you see Rowan takes out his spellbook off his hip again and flips it upside down and right side up, and opens it and goes, and like shows Athar a couple pages. Goes, it's no sketchbook, but I like keeping a journal of what I see in myself too. I got some recipes I make up, some various ideas or names of things, thoughts I have, dreams, things like that.
That's so
It's
cool.
good.
I thought leans forward to see on the book
Oh yeah, and Rowan's way less open about it than Ethar was. Like his flipping through the pages are like, okay, here, like, okay, this is the book. Take a peek. But there are some
Okay,
pages
enough.
where he like stays and looks, and he mostly focuses on like the recipe pages. But as you're flipping through, he'd be able to see that like there's like a whole page dedicated to like just Allyria and Hemlock, and like each member of the party kind of like has their own page with like various notes and
You have a burn book?
That's awesome.
and you don't see like quite as much, but you can see that there's like a big name at the top and then like a bunch of writing underneath it.
Mhm.
And then he just like closes the book and goes, yeah, it's been nice talking to you. I know we've been traveling for a while, but it seems like we've kind of been on the straight and narrow for a while. Don't really get to sit and relax too much.
Yeah, I haven't had much experience with such a large group of people, so this is nice. I hope it's good to talk to me.
I'm enjoying myself so far. And from what I can tell from the others, they all enjoy you too. We get along quite well, from what I see. We'll be
I
a
think so, too.
we'll be a ripe and roaring crew in no time.
I think so too. And thanks for the food. It's always so good.
It's the least I could do.
I
Gotta
never
keep
do
myself useful.
never do so well myself when I'm traveling to other parts.
You'd be amazed how much more you can put up with when you got good food in your stomach. You can
I
kinda, like-
guess. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I guess we're taking a look, making sure nobody ambushes us. You know.
Yeah, after that, Rowan like settles down and just like fully focuses on keeping an eye out till it's time to wake Hemlock up.
Okay. So you're finishing your guarding for the night until you wake up the next one, and so most of you are taking some watch during the night.
Mhm.
So nothing happens, or not much that we'll be mentioning of. There was just a reindeer coming across the camp at some point. So, but other than that, not much is happening. And what is Allyria dreaming that night?
What is she dreaming of? Well, I suppose she's dreaming of the trip so far, the really, really cold and the snow, and just imagining what this labyrinth is looking like. And she's going through that labyrinth and trying to find the others because it appears that she has been lost. And at some point, she finds a golden flame that's like flickering, and it's a source of warmth. So she's going towards the flame, and the flame is whispering something, but she cannot really understand it.
Cool.
Interesting.
The next day approaches. It's still kind of dark out there, but it is to be expected for this season and this area. You're getting ready to travel forward to the lake that you will come across probably this day.
Mhm.
You
I thought is done with their meditation for the morning, which is how they start their day, and is ready to wake up Rowan with some light kicks on the side, on their mane to make breakfast.
All right, I'm going. Just put the things in my hands. I'll go to sleep.
And I just picks up the first two things that they see like next to Rowan's backpack and just like gives them to him. I don't know
Rowan,
what
like,
they are.
Crawls himself out of his tent and starts making a fire and doing putting breakfast together to get everyone ready
Yeah.
to go.
yeah.
Simple and quick, just so we can
Yeah.
get on our way.
Allyria's writing stuff in her notebook very quietly and just waiting for the delicious breakfast.
Okay. So you're getting a really hearty breakfast and slowly getting ready. Some of you, you feel that your muscles a little bit stiff from the long walk from the day before and from the cold that you sucked in your wool body, but it's okay. It could be worse. And so you're packing up your stuff and you begin traveling further towards the lake, and it's around mid-afternoon on this second day that you're actually arriving at the lake that you're having on your map, which was mentioned by Bjorn, and where also Merelian said that you might find this around there. The lake is surrounded by steep frost-coated cliffs. They are a little bit riddled with icicles, and you would say they are clearly impassable. The lake is roughly circular and a little bit under 2 miles wide. And from what you can see, it's covered by a layer of solid ice. If you're coming closer, you might guess it's around 1 foot thick, maybe a bit thinner at some points. And yeah. You're all having your ice skates with you, so that might traveling over this a little bit easier.
How good of an...
Is it considered?
Sorry?
Is traveling over the lake considered difficult terrain?
If you don't have the ice skates, then it's difficult terrain.
Okay.
Oh, and we all have ice skates, so it is smooth sailing.
How good is everyone at ice skating?
I'm great. How are you, Hemlock?
You can all give me either as athletics or acrobatics check.
Alright.
That'd be athletics
or acrobatics. Ooh.
Whatever you
So
prefer.
Winterlands on ice or snow or anything like that does not count as difficult terrain for me, so I'm actually not going to put on ice skates. I'm going to leave my warm boots on.
Okay.
Smart.
Are these like ice skates? Well, unless these are like the ice skates that you like strap to your boots, kind of thing. Because then you could just keep your boots on anyway. I don't know how these work, but either way.
Well, since I would say you could have decided before if you're taking actual ice skates what you normally get nowadays, or if there's some if you can strap them to your boots.
All right.
Either way, I rolled a 17.
Good.
20.
Cool.
20.
Nice.
Ooh. I
Of a skilled.
I
ice
rolled
skater.
a,
Hemlock rolled a 3.
I rolled a 6, and I did athletics, and I have a +6 in athletics, so it still gets to a 12.
Do you wanna do you wanna both hold hands to get a little plus to your check? Because it makes it easier to skate.
I'll hold hands with somebody since I'll be on solid ground.
Hemlock looks like that kid that's for the first time in an ice rink and is like
I'll go over to Hemlock and help him out, probably because I'm taller than him, so can probably give him a bit of support. I was like, oh, come on, friend. 1 foot in front of the other. Soon we'll be walking across the floor. Come on.
It's practically like walking, right? But you're walking on thin strips of metal, and you have to
Just
balance.
slow walking.
And you're on ice, and you're sliding, and
Everything is danger.
If you hold hands with one or more characters, you're receiving a +5 bonus on your check.
well, that still brings it up to a 17.
22.
Athar will go to Sadria, because they take off, like, very gracefully, but then when they say, like, the group is not following, they will circle back and, like, offer their hand. So.
Mhm.
Oh, monk things. Just flawlessly.
Let me be
executed.
dexterous when I can be dexterous. I will
So-
fail eventually.
Those who have over 18, your speed is doubled because you're somehow you're expert with this thing and you're get it immediately. Like, yeah, I just need to slide. Whoosh.
All right.
You can even make dexterity checks to make pirouettes or offer elegant moves.
Oh, all right.
Well, I'm
gonna
helping
hold off
Sadria,
since I'm
so
helping
not...
Hemlock.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna try that.
So you're moving forward on the ice, and you all look at Astral, I guess.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're coming closer to the middle of the
That does
lake.
ominous.
I see.
This is fine.
And you see that there is a large opening in the middle of this. And I will say, you can move each other a little bit forward. May you think it might be cool?
Before any of you do anything, I want to cast Water Walk on everyone. So you can like walk across water, and if you like, I don't know, if the ice should break and you get submerged, it will just shoot you up again. So it's fine.
All right.
That's nice. That's helpful.
Thank you very
Is
much for
this-
that.
Yeah, thank you. Does this break in the water look like it is from... Well, it wouldn't be from melting because it would melt from the edges in. Does it look like someone like sawed a hole in it?
It looks as
it's
if
broken, or...
I mean, you can give me investigation check if you're going a little bit closer to it.
Yes, I will do that.
Mhm.
It's only an 11.
You can say if someone had saw a hole in it. It looks like as if someone broke in or something broke in. Since not many people are going there, probably something, a creature of some kind.
Did something fall in or something come out? Like, are there shards of ice on top of the ice, or is everything like in the hole?
Well, you can't really say. It doesn't look that fresh, at least.
Okay.
So there are no air bubbles or something coming up. So
No, I was more thinking like if there were shards of ice that had made it into like the top of the ice, that probably is because something like broke it from underneath and not from, But like if it's old, maybe they melted. Like I don't know.
Okay. What is your passive perception?
16. No, 21. Sorry.
Wow.
The rest?
Just
I have one job, okay?
Oh, and you're very good at it.
Hemlock's
Passive
passive
perception?
perception is 11.
14.
14.
Cool.
11 is fine. It's above average. It's good.
No,
Good.
okay, no, thank you, all-seeing monk.
Mine
It's my
is
third
15.
eye.
Okay. Yeah. So you're moving forward, and suddenly, let's see. So, as you're moving forward, suddenly the ice groans before it cracks under your feet, and it seems like you're falling into the water, but you have water walking. So
Yes! So smart.
actually, nope. But what you can see, you have just a moment of warning before you see something dark rushing towards the opening where you're just standing. And since it's actually Satria and Arthur, I'm gonna roll a die. It takes Satria, because this is closer. A hideous creature that resembles a large eel
Ooh, nice.
comes breaking out of the water and tries to attack Satria.
Look, this isn't your purple worm, is it?
Do I have time to, if I perceive it quick enough, do I have time to like push her since she's on skates?
This is considered a surprise round since this eel had a higher stealth than your passive perception.
Oh my god, okay.
Ooh, stealthy.
Stealthy eagle.
Sneaky little eelses.
But you can. Wait, it tries to attack Satria.
Oh gee.
Yeah, first attack of the round.
First attack of the campaign.
Attack of the campaign! Ah!
What?
Does a 12 hit?
No. No, it misses.
Oh, okay.
Which technically is because I'm in armor and I think I might even have a shield, but I really like to think of it as because she's just so bundled up that you just end up
Yeah.
hit fluff.
The eel just flops against it, like plop.
It's like this story of this sheep that wandered into the mountains and came back with like
With like 60
2 tons of
yes.
wool because the wolves couldn't get through it.
Oh my
But
god.
you know, it has since it has multi-attack. The second time, I need you to roll a dexterity save.
You know,
Ooh.
since it has multi-attack.
It has that.
Because things.
15.
Oh fuck! You just made it, but you're taking half damage.
Ha!
Oh.
Surgery.
You're so good at this game.
Yeah, this eel looks like it's got some lightning coming out of its bottom of its mouth here.
Great, wonderful.
I'm rolling so shit. You're taking 8 points of lightning damage.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Lightning
Great.
damage.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
good.
that's it. And now I want you to roll initiative, please.
Yeah.
Yes! I'm so pumped.
That could have been so much better. That was disappointing.
Natural 20 on initiative.
Ooh.
For a
Oh.
Probably gonna regret
That's a
burning my
good
natural
start.
20s early on.
for a
Hey, wait a
16.
second. Roll it. I'm asking you what you rolled, or otherwise this will be a
Oh,
total
yeah.
mess.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
I just hear numbers. Okay, 25 to 20.
22.
Rowan, wasn't it 20 for you? Or
Yeah, it's a natural 20.
19.
Oh, sorry.
Mine was a 19. 17
okay.
plus
Okay. 20 to 15?
I have
Oh, me,
16,
19.
yeah.
2. Sorry.
Both 16. Who has the higher dexterity?
Mine's 17.
Yeah, 16. Okay, you have more. Yeah.
Okay. Then Afar, what was your roll?
Wow. Total.
How much?
12.
12, okay. Well, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Okay. After the surprise round of the eel, Hemlock, you're first.
Yes, alright. So, seeing this eel just trying to slam itself into Sadria, I unfortunately will have to let go of Rowan. And I think with my movement speed, I should be able to get into melee with the eel. 30 feet movement speed, that should be doable.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. So I'm gonna Hemlock like, let's go. Rowan starts gracefully sliding up to the eel, and as he passes by, he just quickly taps Athar on the shoulder and says, "We got this." So you have Bardic Inspiration now, Athar. But that means the usual Bardic Inspiration stuff that you can add a D8 to your ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. But since Hemlock is also a Valor Bard, you can also use your Bardic Inspiration if you make a damage roll on an attack. You can also add the Bardic Inspiration die to the damage roll. Or, if someone attacks you, you can roll the Bardic Inspiration roll and add the result to your armor class. So,
Ooh, nice.
You have some extra
Okay, so
stuff
for
there.
attacks or for defense?
Yep.
And then for
Ability checks, saving throws.
saving throw, and attack roll.
Ability check, attack roll, saving throw. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, a D8.
A D8, yes.
And I can use it once.
Once, yeah. Up to 10 minutes. So,
Okay.
that's one charge of Bardic Inspiration. And as I slide over there, I already pull off Veronica from my bag, draw my sword, and the first of my 2 attacks against the eel, which is... First attack is a total of 24.
Nice hits.
Damn.
All right.
Woohoo.
That is a D8. That is 6 plus 3 is 9 points of slashing damage. And I'm also going to make my second attack. Valor Bards get 2 attacks. And... Ooh. Second attack is a 9.
Nope, that doesn't hit.
Alright. First one hits the little slimy bugger, but the second one goes wide. And I end my turn.
Okay, you see Hemlock sliding forward and attempt to attack the monster and just hits once, and the eel is not happy about this and goes to attack Hemlock.
Oh, of course.
So much food. And it uses its bite with 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Okay, you're taking. Where is this die? Oh well, you're taking 5 points of piercing damage, and you're considered grappled.
Oof.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh.
5 points, and I'm grappled. Is the eel like wrapping around me? Or
Yep.
Oof. This is not how it went with the purple worm.
And it will try to bite again since it now has you.
Ooh.
This is a 23 again.
Yeah, that hits.
Hopefully I'm rolling better this time. Oh, is 12 points of damage.
Oof. Yeah.
Piercing damage.
12 points. I can take it. No worries, people.
Okay, that's its round. The next one, Rowan. You see your friends over there grappled by this really large eel.
Looking over and seeing this happening, you, Allyria, since you're the closest, would hear Rowan mumble to himself, "Oh, it's a really bad time to be an electric wizard, isn't it?" And he, I'm gonna move about 10 feet to the right and call out to Sadria and be like, "Time to beat something up, yeah?" And I cast Enlarge on Sadria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadria grows very, very large, and that,
Oh god, I hope the ice holds her.
Water walk. There's still water walk.
Yeah.
You still go.
still water walk.
Oh yeah, that's true.
For
So
an
you double
hour,
in size.
so.
You double in size. You until it spends, and you have advantage on strength saving throws and strength checks. Your weapon grows to match your new size, and you get an extra D4 on all damage. and you're considered large now.
Neat.
That's all I got.
Okay, then next one, Satria, with a new size.
Sachi's kind of, whoa. Okay. Okay. So she is. Let's test out this new mace then. It stays a mace, right? It doesn't turn into like a great mace or anything.
No, it stays a mace. It stays a
Okay.
mace. It just grows to match your size, and you gain a D4 on all damage you do.
Cool.
It becomes more
So-
amazing.
We're gonna start by trying to hit it with a mace.
Okay.
And I rolled in D&D Beyond. I shouldn't have done that. That's only a 6 to hit. That's not gonna hit.
Well, nope, sorry.
But then she is also going to cast Spiritual Weapon, which is a bonus
Yeah.
action.
Okay, cool.
And let me find it so I can keep track of what I'm casting. Here we are. And then her spiritual weapon is also going to look like a big mace, but it's going to be on fire.
Is it okay if I give you
Nice.
a beer token for
What?
this?
I'm not
Since
concerned about what the
I'm-
token is. That's fine.
Since I don't have a mace ready at the moment, there you get that. You get the black beer.
It's a black
That's
beer.
amazing.
Yeah, that's fine. Not a problem. So that one is.
You can now move it.
Yeah.
It's now yours.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
The spiritual weapon's a 23 to hit.
But that hits.
Okay. And that is 8 damage.
What's a D4?
Mhm.
Because I'm pretty sure the D4 doesn't count for spells. For being
Oh, right. No.
launched.
Right.
Yeah. So 8 damage on that one.
Okay, cool.
So now there's just 2 mazes.
Okay, it got a little bit hit. It doesn't let go
little bit
of
hit.
Hemlock.
Move this over there.
It's a very large creature. It can take some hits, and it looks very hungry.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh yes.
no.
Okay, Satria, that was for you.
That
Then Allyria.
Actually, I'm also going to just step to the side a little bit to just
Okay.
line of sight for Rowan.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah, alright. So I wanna cast Scorching Ray.
Hmm.
And can I do alright, I can do it manually.
Please don't burn my beard. Please don't burn my beard.
The first one is a 16. Does that hit?
16 hits.
Alright.
Scorching ray is what kind of damage again?
Fire.
Okay, cool.
The second one is a 22. I
That
guess
hits.
that hits. And the third one is also a 22.
That hits.
Okay.
Nice.
So that are many damage to for 66. That's 23.
In total, from all three beams
Nice.
together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For a moment, I thought like per beam, and it's like, oh.
No.
Whoa.
I just no.
Okay.
Just
so-
head straight to Asik.
No.
We don't need anything. Just
No,
head straight in.
for all of them. No.
Someone wants grilled eel.
Probably
Having
delicious.
calamari tonight.
Well, you burn a good piece of it off. But it's still holding Hemlock. Asar.
Right. First time playing monk, bear with me.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Well, there's a bear on the board, so we.
I will grab my staff, two-handed, and just like try and whack it using. I guess I'll use the bardic inspiration to see. Can I choose what? Like, can I roll and then add it? Do I have to say it before? How does it work?
You can roll and then add it.
Okay.
But
But
you can
it-
you're not allowed. You can still roll it after the attack roll, but before you know the outcome of the attack roll.
Before and basically before it's like you hit or you
Yeah.
didn't hit.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Then first I will roll and see what we're
Mhm.
doing. Oh, natural 20!
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Guess you don't need an inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't forget, you can also still add it to your damage because of my combat.
Yeah,
inspiration.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, either I add it to one or
Okay,
the
you can decide if you wanna roll all the dice, so double the dice, or if you wanna roll your dice once and just double the damage. But you need to say it
other.
before.
I guess it doesn't make much of a difference.
Oh, it can make a lot of difference.
I mean, I know, but
So one shitty roll and double this, and it's still a shitty roll.
yeah, or 2 opportunities to make a good roll.
Yeah.
Well, I will just double the dice because then I get to roll. Wait, three d8s because I get to roll 2 d8s because my normal attack is 1 d8.
Mhm.
And then I have the inspiration, which is another d8.
Which
and
you-
then the
You would also double
Sorry.
the inspiration die, because if you double all the dice on a crit and you include the inspiration, that's also doubled.
yes. Okay, I do not have 4 d8, but I will roll 3 and then add the last one. And the modifier, like the plus from
It's not
my
that nothing has changed with the plus.
Mhm.
it's just plus 4 or
yeah.
plus
Yeah.
3 or whatever at
Yeah.
the end. Okay. Let me count.
Come on, a thought.
Okay, that wasn't terrible. 17. Oh my god, I rolled another 1. Okay, 18 plus 4, 22,
22.
damage.
Yep,
Still not.
that's still
still
pretty
good.
damn good.
Which
Yeah.
is just
Good.
bludgeoning from my quarterstaff. I just go at it like.
It was
And-
damage. It got quite some hits.
Okay, wait, because I have a bajillion bonus actions as a monk.
Mhm.
I
Action
will
bonus,
do.
bonus, bonus, bonus.
Why not? I will do flurry of blows.
Us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just two unarmed strikes. Yes. So I will spend 1 key point. As I said, bear with me. This will get faster as the campaign progresses.
That's fine.
Just checking I don't do anything wrong. I have the chat here in case people are like, you are doing this wrong. So
It's first combat with new characters. We're all learning.
yeah.
And we're
Alright.
starting at level 7.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
8.
Okay.
There's a hefty amount of things.
15 for the first one.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Nope. 15. No.
doesn't hit. Okay,
No.
and 16 for the second.
16 for the second hit.
Oh, thank God!
Yes,
I rolled
hits.
really bad.
No.
Alright. 16
okay.
is what we're going for.
8 points of damage
Okay.
of damage.
Gosh.
The mesh.
And I think that's all I can do. I can try and do stunning strike.
To
Good
you.
try.
Oh, but it's with a melee weapon. I should have done that like with my quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Okay, I will remember for the next time.
Mhm.
That's okay.
Okay, that's what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay, then Hemlock, you're
And
you're
I-
grappled,
And I'm still grappled.
Mhm.
I'm assuming.
and you suddenly smell a little bit like fish.
Ah, good old fishy smell. I'm assuming since I'm grappled,
Mhm.
that it would be hard to use my hands for spellcasting. Am I correct in that?
You can still attack, but so let's see. I always need to look up what's all considered with grapple.
Mhm.
Pretty sure with grapple you can still cast spells because it's like
So
your like
your
body's
speed
grappled.
becomes 0, and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. So
Yeah, it's restrained, I believe,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the one where you can't
Okay.
cast.
Okay.
yeah,
Ah.
so you can still attack, but you can't move.
Okay, cool. So Hemlock is in this epic situation where he's grappled by a deathly eel, but he's still gonna raise his sword and bring down an attack against this killer eel. So
Stuff
that
of
is
legends.
a 16. I think that hits.
Yep.
And that
Woohoo.
is 1 plus 3, 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Something.
Nice.
And second attack. Nope, that's a natural 1, so we can forget about that.
Nope.
And however, I still do have bonus actions. And I'm just quickly checking something, talking about learning stuff. Okay. No, I'm actually. That's my turn for now.
Okay, cool. So, you're hitting it once, and you basically poke it. But the eel, since you're considered grappled, and you're the next meal for the eel.
Oh, that's nice. I want it on a shirt. Meal for the eel.
The eel will start dragging you towards the hole to
Uh-oh.
to drag you under the ice because you're
Uh-oh.
its next meal, and it's half moving speed because it's dragging you.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he can do that since Hemlock has water walking on.
I mean, if he's
Can,
technically,
uh,
if he's dragging me,
But yeah, that's weird.
But I mean, you can't go underwater, I think.
It's
Right?
like
I-
you're trying to push down a pool noodle.
Yeah, you move across any liquid surface, such as water.
yeah,
so-
but it's not.
I'm-
It's not me doing the movement. I'm being.
Yeah.
I'm being
Yeah.
dragged and grappled by this eel. So.
So,
Yeah, so how strong is the force of the spell against like the strength of the eel, I guess?
So it would come with Hemlock in tow. It will just come to the edge of, or it comes to the edge of that thing.
Great.
So, but everyone who was in 5 feet around this has advantage on gets a opportunity attack.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. That is me.
And Atar.
Oh yay. Great, wonderful.
Dirty 20 for mine.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh wow, yeah, freaking 20 something.
Okay.
Math. 25 or something like
Yep,
that.
yep. I already
7
know
points
it.
of
Okay.
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
My low mace.
Does
Okay.
does the spiritual weapon get an opportunity attack?
No, I don't have mage or
Right.
warcaster.
Warcaster,
Uh,
right, gotcha.
I do.
Do I choose what to make the opportunity attack with?
It's normally a melee attack.
No.
So,
Yeah, but I can use my quarterstaff or I can
Yeah.
use my unarmed
Yeah.
strike. Okay, then two-handed quarterstaff because yeah,
That's one thing. Since I have
10 points.
Warcaster.
Whew. Okay. cool.
Damn.
It
I
looks
bonk it
pretty
again.
damaged. Bonk.
bonk it on the head. Let Rowan go.
Okay.
Not Rowan, Hemlock. Oh, boy. There we go.
False person. Yeah, it drags you over there, and this is its movement speed, and you're still a little bit too alive, Hemlock, so it will try to bite you.
Perfect.
I mean, you're its meal, so.
No, it's a.
I
would-
You just take away.
I
I'll just
would-
eat on the way.
Yeah.
Aw.
I would eat me, so it's.
Does the 26 hit?
Yes.
And this is 11 points of damage.
Yes.
The next one is 25 to hit.
That also does hit.
Oh no.
These are just 7 points of damage.
That is good.
Okay.
Hemlock is having a little bit of a bleeding nose and probably also some bite marks. And is already thinking how he's gonna put that into a nice tail.
Okay, that's for the winter eel, who is getting a nice bit on Hemlock. Rowan, you see your friend being snacked over there.
All right. From what I see, it looks like he's 30 feet away from me. Would I be able to get into like direct contact with Hemlock?
Let's see.
I
From
have,
you,
I have 35 feet of movement, and they're
Yeah,
30 feet
yeah.
away.
you have the skates, so you're fine. You're getting there.
Okay. Then I run up next to Hemlock, and as he's like wrapped in being constricted by this eel, I reach out and go, "Better put this in one of your stories, friend," and grab him by the arm and cast Thunderstep.
Yes.
Nice.
Whoa.
And the rest of you hear a giant like thunder crack roll in a I think it's like 50-foot range or something like that. Let me go to my spells.
Are we all
Um,
fricked because of it?
no.
Okay.
Anything within 10 feet of the space needs to make a
Mhm.
Constitution saving throw of 13 is the save. Not that high.
Who was within 10 feet?
So it's only the eel.
It's just the eel.
Okay.
Just the eel has to make it. Yeah.
It's 16.
16. Okay, so it succeeds, but it still takes half damage, which is 3d10.
Hmm.
Um,
It's lightning damage, no?
um,
I think
it
thunder.
is. It is indeed lightning damage.
Thunderbolts and
Lightning and thunder interchange.
Well, looking good for the eel.
So 17 points. I'm guessing halved because I'm sure
Mhm.
it's resistant. But if Hemlock is willing, him and I will then teleport. The thunder can be heard from 300 feet in all directions.
Good to know.
By the
You
way,
know.
and just in case anyone didn't know we were here. But I can teleport up to 90 feet away, so I'm going to take Hemlock and then just teleport with him back to where Allyria is.
Perfect.
Actually, no, I'm going to teleport. Yeah, back to where Allyria is, out of hopefully movement range of the eel.
Hemlock
Okay.
is very willing to join in that.
Okay, you're getting him out there and you're trying to grill the eel, which is not that successful, but hey, you have Hemlock back.
Take what I
Sadra,
can get.
what you doing? You're a little bit away and you have half movement speed since ice skating is not that much for you if you're not having help.
I was never
No, she
wearing
wasn't.
ice skates.
Yeah.
The boots of Winterlands ignore difficult
okay.
terrain
Yeah.
on ice and snow.
Okay, yeah, then it's okay.
Sadria looks absolutely like panicked at the sudden thunder. Like
Oh.
cringes and is like looking around and was not expecting that at all. And she's kind of going to go into fight or flight about that one. And she's just going to run up and in attempt to just make this stop,
Mhm.
she's going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
And I'm going to... Let me read that spell. I'm going to cast it at 2nd level.
Mhm.
So give me one moment. That is a dirty 20.
That hits. Woohoo.
And so that's 4d10.
Ooh.
Inflict
Damn.
wounds, man.
That's
It's,
that spell.
It's such a good
Sorry,
one.
math. That is, I didn't roll very high, so that's only 17 points of damage.
What kind of damage is this?
This is necrotic.
Okay. Oh, it
Nice.
looks pretty damaged.
And then my my fiery spiritual mace is also going to bonus attack here.
Mhm.
But that one I bet you does not hit. That's a 14.
Nope, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
But maybe Allyria can help with this.
Yes, so I am going to do the same thing again. I'm go Scorching Ray.
Hmm?
And the first one is a 21.
You're
And
going
the-
to grill that poor thing.
Oh well, I mean the second one is a 10, so probably not
Nope.
that one. Okay, but that one is a 19, so you
Hmm,
have 2.
So 2 hit.
Yeah, so that are 4d6. So that's 11 fire damage, and you see Allyria just casting those 2 rays of golden flames towards the eel.
That's a total damage?
Yep, 11.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Those golden fire rays just pierce that goddamn eel and just make a big fat hole in it.
Okay, cool. So you're stabbed with fire.
Yes, basically.
And as the rays are roasting that eel, it falls dead onto the ice, halfly in the water. And some of you are a bit more damaged of it, some are less, but you have slain the beast.
Congrats, Allyria.
It's a team effort, I mean.
Look over to
But
Larry
that
and
was
go,
awesome.
nice shot.
Well, thanks. I mean, just reading books wasn't the only thing I did at the university.
Athar will go to Hemlock immediately. And I will basically... Oh god, can I find my things, please?
No.
They're gone forever.
Yeah.
Shush, 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 shush. I will first cast Healing Hands. So
Nice.
I examine Rowan and his wounds from the teeth and stuff, and I just like put my hands on the immediate like bleeding wounds I can see, and a little glow, like golden glow, appears, and you gain 7 hit points, because that's just that.
Thank you.
Nice.
But then I can also use Hand of Healing, because I am a doctor. And I've studied...
I'm a doctor, damn it!
I'm a doctor.
Damn it,
Jim!
Jim!
I studied the biology of different bodies for a long time, and this is what I'm made for, so I will spend a key point and restore 1d6 plus 3 hit points. Hey, 8 hit points for you.
Once again, thank you very much. Hemlock, while you do that and you work your healing magic, he, with maybe a little bit of blood in his mouth and the necessary bite marks through his clothing, his favorite cloak, pretty damaged from the encounter.
Oh,
He looks at you and says,
no, design that.
he looks at you and says, "See, I told you before this is over, we would need your skills."
I hope we won't need them much further.
And with this, we're going to end the session for tonight.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
It is pretty late.
This was
Yeah.
fun, people. This was cool. This was
Yeah, it was fun.
really cool.
We killed an eel.
Awesome.
If there was one thing I did not expect to see, it was an eel. So this is cool.
Yeah.
When we come back, will Sadria still be giant?
Yeah, how long? Is
It only lasts a minute.
Oh yeah, you would
so
be
6
done,
rounds. So you'll be done by the time we get back. Yeah, you'll be back. To
Yeah.
normal
Oh,
size.
I am okay. I am looking at the chat and dying at all the puns. It's great.
Yeah,
Oh.
give it up for the chat and joining us for tonight and joining in
Right?
with the
Yeah.
fun and the jokes and the commentary. Really
I'm
cool.
so
Thanks a lot.
happy.
Really enjoyable.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
happy
we had a
all
little
of you
hype
were
train
here.
going.
Oh.
I know.
We had five subs.
And no one
Nice.
died. It's
Yeah.
true.
No one
No
died.
I mean-
one died. Hemlock did almost get taken to a watery grave, but
But
But then he didn't.
Yeah.
But then
Because
he
Allyria,
didn't.
Allyria was, clever enough to cast Water Walk in a thin
Yeah.
ice
that
lake
was
where we
so
were.
good. That was
That
so
was
much foresight
galaxy
that I did
brain.
not have.
Yeah.
That was absolutely galaxy brain. Oh my god. But yeah, thanks everyone for being here. That was amazing. I hope we entertained you.
And
Mm.
thank you, Carolyn, for also running this. This was
Yes,
cool.
thank
I'm already
you.
looking
This is
forward
so,
to next
Thank
so
you.
fun.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Applause for the DM.
Yeah,
You did
applause to
really good.
you. But thank you that you have been here for tonight. Thanks to the chat who was really getting into this.
Yeah.
And thanks for all and everyone who just took a look in and watched the show, and hope you all had fun with this. I had fun. I had fun looking and enjoyed really how you interacted, and yeah. It will be interesting to see how this will go.
Right. I know.
And we're here again next week already.
Same time, same place.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, join us. When is the VOD available?
So for Twitch, the thing is the VOD is basically right after the stream available. I will set up a highlight to cut out some of the waiting screens and stuff like this, so that we're having this basically forever. And
Nice.
in I guess 2 or 3 weeks, this will be available on YouTube as well.
Okay.
So,
So they might not be able to catch.
Whoa.
thanks, Wayne.
What was happening?
Whoa.
Who did that?
Thank you,
Wayne.
Yeah,
Who do you think you are?
Wayne.
he's a very good
Thank
friend. If you enjoyed our show and you want to stay tuned to whatever might come, you can just follow our channel, and you will get all the notes when we are going live. Like tomorrow, tomorrow is the next stream where we are running the new season of our German campaign, so which is in German. Or you can follow us on Twitter, where we're also posting a lot of new stuff, keep you informed, or you're just joining our Discord, where you can interact with our cool community and our players and the rest of the groups, and make.
Please send us memes
Yes.
and drawings
And
Second.
fan art. Fan art of the dogs.
Please, yes.
All the puns. Not
And
that we
Gabe
didn't get
is
enough of
already-
them this session.
Gabe is already strong on the memes. I just
Yeah.
Exactly.
The meme game is strong on
Yeah.
our channel. But maybe other cool things will happen there as well. No one knows.
Hey.
So-
Mystery and intrigue. You'll have to
Yeah.
come and join to find out.
So, and remember, if you're watching us on YouTube, please give us some small comments. Tell us what you like or not. Give us a thumbs up or down, depending on.
Hopefully, up. Just a thumbs up.
Only up. There is no down.
If you're gonna do something, give us a thumbs up. If not, then don't.
And always
Thumbs up.
remember, we are
How
watching
dare you?
So, from my side, love you guys. See you next week.
It was great.
Okay. It was very much fun. Bye.
Enjoy your evening.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye bye.